Hi, everyone, and welcome to our January charity stream of Monster of the Week. We are so excited that you are here today with us. Tonight, we are going to be supporting Stream for a Cause, which is going to take your donations from tonight and actually turn them into donations and grants for smaller grassroots community nonprofits around the world. So we are very excited for you to be supporting them with us tonight. If you put !donate or !charity into the chat, you can get a link to our Tiltify where you can directly support the charity. With that being said, every time you support the charity, there are incentives involved. You can either, for $10, gift a reroll to any player, or Nathan, if you so choose, our wonderful GM today. For $20, you can gift a +1 or -1. The -1 goes to Nathan, the +1 goes to the players. For a $30 donation, you can gift a natural success to any player. And for $100, you can help name the next NPC that is going to be playing in our game. We do ask that it's appropriate, but if you want to have fun with it, that is encouraged. A flash donation that has just been decided at the beginning of the stream is that every $125 that we raise tonight, folks will be taking shots. Not everyone is participating, but some of us are. If you want to wave the folks that are participating and taking shots for every $125, please feel free to do so. So, what I am going to do now is give just a brief introduction of myself, and then we're going to go around popcorn style to introduce the players, and then we're going to get here and get going with the game. So, my name is Jess. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, and this is my Twitch channel. Again, thank you all for being here, and I'm going to popcorn it over to Nathan.
Why, hello. I am Nathan. I am very excited to be here on Just the Humans channel. I use he, him pronouns, and I am often found on the Reckless Attack podcast. But tonight, no, I am keeper for these lovely 5 monster hunters. But that's enough for me. Now, Dro.
Hi, I'm Hydro, he, they pronouns, and I've never played Monster of the Week before, but I'm very excited to be here today. And I'll popcorn it to, let's go with Juan. You're muted.
Well, it would help if I had unmuted myself, but my group can tell you from earlier today that had been an issue. Hi, everybody. I'm DM Justin. I am excited to be playing in this stream today. Playing as Juan Diego, a spellcaster. This is my first time playing Monster of the Week, and I'm excited to be doing this with such an amazing cast. So I'm going to popcorn it over to Allie.
Hi, I'm Allie. My pronouns are they, she. I am the game goddess over on Dice Drop Evolution. It's a Mutants and Masterminds actual play podcast. I am also a graphic designer for the TTRPG space. If you are interested in getting some nice branding work done or whatever else you might need, you can follow me at Game Goddess Alex, which is ALX, not ALEX, because I'm edgy. And I will be playing Ronan Connors. Ian!
And that's me. Hey, everybody. My name is Ian. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me on all social media at your boy Big, which is YABOIBIG. And yeah, I'm playing Chester today. And I'm just really excited to play with this group of people. It's my first time doing so, and they are awesome. So super excited to see what we can do. But that's it. That's me. No one to popcorn too.
All right, and back to Nathan to get us started on our adventure.
Where to begin? Well, first of all, I thank you all, I should say, for all being here, both player-wise and viewer-wise. So excited to bring this lovely adventure to you all, and all of the nonsense that will entail. Also, I would like to note, for many of us, this is our first or third time playing Monster of the Week, let alone doing it on stream. So we will certainly be endeavoring to do our best, get the rules right, and play in the spirit of the game. But we will be making mistakes. We will be kind of erring on the side of goodness and drama drama and fun. And we just hope that you also enjoy the ride and forgive us for any mistakes we may or may not be making. Otherwise, unless anyone has anything else, may we please enter into the monster of the week. I'd like to not say it that way, but you get what I mean. Into this week's charity stream. Cold open. It's night. There is a single figure stalking through the woods of Arcady Peaks, the town where this adventure takes place. We can't really make out many of the details of this person, but they seem to be holding some sort of high-powered flashlight that they are scanning the ground, muttering to themselves, looking around, clearly searching for something or someone. Our camera shows on the outskirts of this person's field of vision, there is something pursuing this person. Ragged breaths, raspy, animalistic. The camera shows this creature approaches this figure. We make out a little bit more information, but not much. Shaggy black hair, thick glasses, slight frame. Seems to be a male-presenting individual. And you hear now a little bit more of the muttering, saying, oh, where is he? Where it couldn't have gone far. And then a branch snaps. The figure turns around. Eyes go wide with shock and terror. A scream rings out as the creature pounces on its prey. And that is where we begin our adventure, of our Monster of the Week adventure. But that's not where our heroes begin their adventure. Cut to several hours earlier. Title screen goes across. Our 5 heroes, our 5 monster hunters, are not adults, are not, seasoned veterans. They are but teens, all enrolled in the Arcady High. That's right, proud Blue Devils, who in their spare time outside of getting straight A's, extracurriculars, dating, and whatever other things that teens do nowadays, they band together to stop the strange supernatural threats in Arcady Peaks. First, the camera pans to Ronan Connors. She finds herself, she is at school. She is wherever she is, whatever she is doing in her normal day. Allie, could you please tell us who Ronan is, what they look like, and what they're doing in this moment?
Ronan is she is a probably 5'1", very femme looking, just like individual, long blonde hair, almost platinum, wears pretty much all black, has kind of like a flared out black school skirt on, but is kind of also wearing like a tank top with it, with like a shawl, very dark eye makeup, and currently she is in the library trying her best to read a book, and she physically is just trying to ignore the person across from her that's just trying to talk about their day to her. She wants absolutely nothing to do with this person, and she's trying to zone them out.
That was me miming.
Mm-hmm.
We snap from the trying very hard not to pay attention to this person Ronan. To Tommy, played, of course, by Dro. Dro, what is Tommy doing? And who are they? And what's their whole situation?
Tommy Fairweather is a bit of a weirdo. Usually can find being secluded by himself behind a computer, typing away. He's a bit of like an androgynous dressing individual. Some makeup, tattoos, painted nails, mostly black as well. Usually found by himself behind a computer, like I said before, and yeah, doesn't really want social interactions with a lot of people in real life, but very social when it comes to the online world. Has his own network of friends through the online world, but instead refuses to acknowledge people outside of that.
As the click-clack of, I guess, a computer lab computer continues and fades off into the distance, Chester Douglas comes into frame. Ian, please tell us about Chester Douglas.
Chester is probably walking out of the theater hall, like after just coming from putting some stuff down for like later rehearsal. He's got his headphones in. He's actually in the middle of reading like an audio book while he's walking with his notepad, and he's scribbling down notes and like what he just learned, and he's like muttering to himself, and he's just like, okay, so I gotta make sure I do this. Okay, we'll need to go back and do that. I gotta tell JD this. We're gonna talk about that. He's just your graphic tee jeans kind of dude. Like, he comes from a family to where like, yo, failure is not an option. So you got to structure everything you get going, because if you're going to get into college, we'll pay for it, but not that much. So figure it out. Even though like his parents are like affluent and they can afford it, it's just more so of like, you got to earn your own type thing. So that's why he's kind of like, yeah, okay, we'll just make sure to do that and whatever. Shit. And so he's kind of just like walking out the theater hall looking for his friend JD.
JD, where might Chester find you, either successfully or unsuccessfully? What's Juan Diego up to in this moment?
So I'm running late right now. I just got out of class just because I wasn't really paying attention to whatever the hell the teacher was saying. So I was just, listening to what the teacher was saying. It's like, yep, sorry, got it, yep, I'll do better to pay attention. And then once I'm let loose, I am like taking off. And then as I'm like getting over to the theater, I think I hear somebody call my name or something. I don't know. I turn, and at that point, like I'd probably accidentally bump into Chester at that point. And yeah.
How do you guys greet each other? And this is again in montage. Is there a handshake? Is there a bro nod? Is there a, any variation therein?
I think because like JD wasn't paying attention and Chester saw him coming, and like in comparison, I think Chester's he's more of a bigger dude, right? He knows he's gonna like knock over JD, so he kind of does I'm clasping my notebook and I go, hey man, hey, you there? You good?
My bad. I'm what is it? I just got out of English class, and I just, you make me feel really soft, and you really make me feel really safe in your arms, buddy. I just want you to know that. And I'm just gonna like lay my head on your chest briefly.
He brings it in closer. Like it's a tighter. It just comes into like a full hug. We're like, hey man, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, screw the mystery.
And
That's
I think
what I
like
watch.
If this is cool, Justin, I think they do like a handshake, and then you notice like wrapped around both of their wrists. Like it's kind of like the opposite, right? They do like the Rocky, like
exactly.
Wrapped around both their wrists, there are rosaries. So Chester has a white rosary that has like a black bead on it, and JD has a black rosary with a white bead on it. They're best friends.
Yeah, all of which were a gift from my grandmother. So it was what is it? It was a gift. It was a gift that she had given us. So opposite sides, this is where we were.
Wonderful. And finally, as we zoom past the final Predator handshake portion of this best friends forever clasp, we find Arnett. Jess, who is Arnett? Why is Arnett? How is Arnett?
Who, where, why, what, when, how. So Arnett is semi-androgynous, and loves hanging out in like the radio and TV spaces. They're definitely wearing an eccentric shirt that looks pretty similar to the one that I'm currently wearing, with just some ratty jeans, and some combat boots. And right now they are leading a KISS meeting, which stands for Knowers of Interconnected Supernatural Species. They are actually the founder and president. If you couldn't tell, I chose the flake as my playbook, but you'd hear Arnett just saying, "All right, so gang, I really think that I think that Mr. Weber is probably being controlled by Cthulhu right now. I really think that we need to investigate this."
You hear murmurs. Well, I thought it was actually a Bigfoot, but I think we all try to be very open to all theories here. So I think that's worth pursuing. Rabble, etc., etc. As I don't know, Jess, do you envision this a well-attended group, or is it you and 4 other people?
Yeah, it's definitely me and 4 other people.
Cool. Just making that clear. And I think that bears mentioning. Before we do kind of the next stage of kind of character introductions as part of the Monster of the Week system, I'd like to tell you all a little bit about Arcady Peaks. Now, this is an old town, and it's kind of one of those places where it could be basically anywhere in the United States, in that it is simultaneously close to the oceans, the mountains, a river, a desert, etc., all at once, wherever the plot is necessary to go. But it is also an old town, and a town filled with secrets, with mysteries, and with horrors, and of course, monsters. Now, it's a bit of an open secret, but for the most part, the people who live here ignore the vast majority of the supernatural goings-ons that they happen to encounter, at least the ones that they survive. But a select few, such as these intrepid teens, all know the truth of this shady place, but also know that some secrets are best kept, and some of the so-called monsters who live in this community are worthy and necessary of protection. And so they must walk the line between protection and secrets and exterminating horrific threats to both the town and perhaps the world. So, the 5 of you have been monster hunting, adventuring, whatever the verb of choice is, for some time now. You have established this kind of group dynamic, and even if you're not all of you best friends, unlike Chester and JD, you all have at least a working relationship, and kind of have worked together and know each other and know to count on each other and call on each other. So one of the neat parts about the Monster of the Week system, for those of you who don't know, sort of including me, because again, I only sort of know the Monster of the Week system, is that each different playbook has something called a history section, which is a way for you to generate connections in between different characters. So what we are going to do, we're going to go around, and we'll just have each character briefly generate 2 little history bits based off of their playbooks to any 2 other characters that they see fit. Please, players, note it down for future interactions and introductions. That will be, sorry to say, on you guys to remember, because I forget things and I have a lot of stuff going on. So, first up was Rowan. Allie, if you were prepared, what are your 2 history nuggets of connection between you and some of these other lovely characters?
I had one. Oh, okay. So, Justin, you said Juan was the spell slinger, correct? Okay. So my character is the spooky. So our connection is you saw me use my powers either for selfish or vindictive reasons, and yeah, I can, it says ask them who the victim was and then tell them what you did on the history thing.
Justin, who did JD see Ronan use her powers in a vindictive, mean, etc. way that you witnessed and have to emotionally deal with?
That is actually a really good one because I would say um it would probably be one of the more popular kids, the one very entitled. Like I'm the one who has the ability to be able to afford all that stuff. Will as far as the name is concerned, I'm gonna say Brenda was her name, and it's like I understand, but it's just like I did not expect that. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna like slink walk away back from that. I know what happened, and we're not gonna talk about it.
And my other one would be Tommy and I are old friends and we trust each other completely. I just feel like the vibes match.
At least the color palettes definitely do.
Staying away from people, don't talk to me. I'm in my book, I'm in my computer.
Perfect. Next up was Tommy. Tommy, what are your two histories that you have with other characters here in this group?
I am also the Flake. And being part of that whole conspiracy internet world, I am very familiar with Arnett. I know about the group KISS, even though I was never invited to be part of said group. But I do know of them, and we have kind of this history of like Arnett thinks that who was being controlled by Cthulhu? I forget the name. I apologize.
Mr. Weber.
Mr. Weber. But I always like to think the opposite of Arnett. So I'm thinking it's something else doing that instead. So we have kind of that like they're above me, but like they kind of like, you know, love-hate relationship with each other. And then Allie, the spooky. I for some reason think they're tied into everything. Sticking with the conspiracy theory,
Ooh.
I think that they're somehow, you know, I'm gonna keep an eye on them. I think they're up to something, and I think they're tied in with everything.
Right, and even if they're not up to something, maybe they're part of this bigger machination that even they don't understand, and that
they're involved somehow.
Obviously, I think we
It's
can all
obvious.
agree on that.
I see it. I'm surprised no one else does.
Well, but that's why your work is so important, Tommy, and why your mind is at the forefront of such matters. Chester, other than of course our well-established, or maybe including your well-established best friendship with JD and potentially JD's grandmother, what are your two histories?
So it's interesting that's where it is with JD's grandmother. So, on one of my histories, it's in reference to JD, but it's more so through JD to JD through his grandmother. So his grandmother is very spiritual, like coming from a traditional Mexican family. You know, there are things that they hold true. So it's the one history is their prayer summoned you. I think with the things that were going on at home with JD, he felt very isolated for a very long time, and his grandmother noticed it. And so although he does, you know, follow some type of beliefs with his family, he's not as strong as his elders are. And I think his grandmother prayed for a person, like a companion or just somebody that doesn't want anything from him, doesn't need anything from him other than just his presence. Like his presence is enough. So I think his grandmother prayed for somebody like that. And then we found each other like a year or two before this moment because Chester had just moved to town. So I think that was like the connection in reference to that. The second one is for Ronan. So he definitely knows that they have a very hard exterior. They're definitely annoyed by everyone who's around them, and it can come off as very abrasive, very like distant, almost a little bit angry. But Chester knows that there is a good person in there, and they need to be there with them to make sure that they know they are, and that those who are important to them know it too. So the second one was they are at heart a good and righteous person, and you must help them stay that way. And so I think that's the connection between Chester and Ronan in reference to that.
JD,
Cool.
history. What about you?
So one of my history involves a blood relation, and if Tommy, if you would be cool, it has blood relation, though you were out of communication for years. Ask how we reconnected. And if that's cool with you, then we can go that route. And yeah.
Yeah, that's cool with me.
Then how the question would be then how would we have reconnected after all these years? Probably because we're cousins at some point. If you're cool with that too, like it just you move around and stuff, and then you come back to the hometown, and it's just like, hey, you're back, hey, and then yeah, good with that.
I'm great with that. Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Luckily, in season 2, we decided that the showrunners decided we need a ratings bump, so we were able to cast Dro as Tommy to bring in his like long lost cousin. It was a really touching, I thought, opening arc to the season, and now has become a favorite fixture of the series.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Of course.
The Six Power Ranger.
Exactly. Number 2, JD.
And then I think what is it? The next one would be a mentor from another life. After picking up with what is it? After just kind of ties in with Ronan a little bit more. It's just like after I had discovered my powers, and then seeing Ronan do what they do, it's just like I know you scare me, but I feel like you can teach me some things. I feel like there's some sort of connection here, and then through some talking and whatnot, though the little bit of fear still there, it's like, oh well, you taught me at one point, and just kind of go from there. How's that work for you, Ronan?
Awesome.
Perfection. Finally, Arnett, what's your history with these beautiful ragamuffins?
Yes. So I am the Flake, and I'm gonna slightly alter mine. The signs all pointed to me and Tommy working together, but I think that we were so similar and had just my opinion's right, no, yours is wrong, that we were like, fuck this, we can't work together. And then I think in the nicest way possible that Ronan is a fellow freak like me. I think that she's just really fucking cool and someone that like I draw inspiration from.
And there we have
Allie
it.
cries live on stream.
I've gathered you all here today to make Allie cry. Thank you so much for jumping on
coming.
board.
Now, I'd like to do a quick informal poll of the players, not necessarily of the characters, because the characters may have some contentious opinions, we'll say. Ooh. Of the 5 of you, which one do you think is the leader of the group? Kind of the kind of go, obviously, depending on the episode and whose focus it is on that week, it can change drastically, but who do you think is kind of the point person most of the time? Obviously not the main character, but of the ensemble, the face of the party.
Oh, because we're all main characters.
No.
Exactly. You're all main characters. Precisely.
Okay, if
Again,
I
it's an ensemble show. That's the category we won the Emmy in.
If I can't vote for myself, I'm going to vote for Ronan. We love a spooky
I'm a
bitch.
Leo, and I'll take over that main character. Don't do that. I was gonna go more toward Juan. I think he's more of the definitely, because he feels like he has more of like a better head on his shoulders to be the leader. Because Ronan will ignore everybody and be like, I'm gonna go do what I want. Very Ronan no, Ronan yes. So
I will go with Arnett, even though Tommy would like to think it's Tommy.
Right.
Arnett has the better person of the two.
Now I gotta be like a tiebreaker.
We can't all vote for different people.
I'll make a choice too, in case this weighs too heavy on your hearts. I am happy to just make a call as well. Ian, if you would like to be relieved of this great burden, I can take it from you. I can carry this weight.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna vote Tommy. Ha. Okay.
So here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do.
And
Nathan, the leader.
yes, I didn't get to vote just yet.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
You're
I
good.
got all these
No,
people.
Come on, cousin.
So what is that? So what is it? Between me and Chester, I'm obviously going to lean towards Chester, but for the group as a whole, I think it would be more towards, because I got to go with family, Tommy for this one.
Okay.
Damn.
So here's what's gonna happen is you guys are on break. It's like a not a passing period or whatever, but it's like one of those free periods or whatever. And maybe to your chagrin, Arnett and Tommy, you fortunately, unfortunately, whatever your character opines, have the same free period. And you find yourselves kind of on the outskirts of the school. Maybe you're out for a walk, maybe you saw something weird, whatever it is, whatever reason it may take you there. And you guys are arguing about something. What is it that you're arguing about? Is it Mr. Weber?
Mr. Weber. Mm-hmm.
When kind of seemingly out of nowhere, obviously on a street, a sheriff's car kind of pulls up. Lights are not on, sirens are not going, but it is an official sheriff, Arcady County sheriff car rolls up to the both of you. And the window rolls down, and inside of this car is a familiar face. Sheriff Harry MacArthur, who you have encountered many times in your various adventures and monster hunts together. He is a bit of a skeptic, but he knows that something is amiss here in his fair municipality, and often has turned to you guys to report goings-ons, monsters, strange supernatural phenomena that he knows fall a bit out of his jurisdiction. And so, you know him pulling up today in the middle of school must mean he has something to talk to you about. He is a, tall, pretty average looking person. He is older and has a lot of stress lines on his face. Definitely is going old, kind of going gray before his time. And he kind of leans over to you guys very seriously, making kind of respectful eye contact, and says, "Do you guys have a minute? I have, I need your help."
Was I in this one?
Yes.
Yeah, we're both in
Okay.
it.
Arnett and Tom,
I
it's
wasn't
just
sure
an
if I should
awkward
say
long
something.
pause of just like,
You're all just looking at him
I'm
like,
so
So
is that a no? Should I
I'm
talk to
waiting.
Well, they
Ronan?
just
I heard
answered
Ronan
my
and
argument about
JD
Mr.
might.
Weber.
I heard Ronan and JD might be the leader. I could go to them. Sorry.
Oh, okay, I'll go.
yeah,
Mr.
no,
Harry, you always seem to come up to us when there's
Go into
something
forest.
happening. What seems to be the issue today?
He like looks around and kind of like is looking to see if anyone is noticing. Because again, he is in a marked vehicle, basically on school property, which would take some notice. And he looks around and he says, "You guys, do you guys want to get in? Just to keep it on the down low as much as possible."
I look to Arnett and ask, should we get in?
I give a nod, and I go to grab the front passenger's door, and then I look back at you, think, all right, I guess he's the leader, and then I go and get in the back, even though I really don't want to be there.
As I walk past Arnett to go to the passenger seat, I do a hair flip and get into the front seat.
Under my breath, I mutter, "Bitch." I would also like to note that we have raised more than $125. So for the
I was
folks
gonna
taking
say-
shots, it's shot o'clock.
Christ.
Um,
Hey everybody. Thank you all, you terrible people, for donating to charity and donating to our pain.
Yes. As a reminder, for every $125 we raise, 3 of the 6 of us are going to take a shot. Also, for every $5 you donate, you get an entry in to win a $25 gift card to Elderwood Boxes. And they have great dice and dice boxes and lots of cool things. Plus, you are supporting an amazing cause, which is Stream for a Cause. And with that,
Cheers.
I get inside of the vehicle.
My partner's
everyone.
bringing my shots. I'll show you guys in a second here.
I need everybody to know I told Nathan to do shots of Malort, just so you know exactly what's happening. I did it.
The worst tasting alcohol known to humans.
Hey, JD, is your grandma making tamales again?
I canonically-
so hungry right now.
I'm canonically deciding that we talk on camera about JD's grandma constantly, but has only appeared on screen for 45 seconds, and they were treasured 45 seconds, but mostly is just in the background at all time.
Can I just show you guys a shot glass my partner brought me to do a shot of?
11!
That's a double. That's
And
a
Nathan,
heavy double.
if we can also go, like, we never see Grandma's face.
Oh,
It's very much like,
absolutely.
Oh, it's like full Powerpuff
10,000
Girls.
yes.
10,000%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
So you guys get into the back of the car and you kind of start driving, and the sheriff is pretty, you can tell you've worked with the sheriff again. You had your differences, of course, and that was a big part of season 1, but over the course of some adventures together and some kind of collaboration, you have kind of an uneasy partnership, mostly because he really wishes he did not have to turn to you, but he really just doesn't have any better options. And even now, he is kind of jittery, more so than usual. You can tell that this otherwise pretty experienced person and lawman who has seen some actual horrific monsters is different. And after, he doesn't take you very far, but kind of wants to be sure that you are not seen parked at the school together. And eventually, kind of pulls over to, again, a conveniently empty stretch of road, because this is, again, a TV show. And he puts it in park, and he kind of pauses for a bit and kind of rubs his brow. And he says, so I'm sorry, I don't want to waste your time. And it might be nothing. I hope it's nothing, of course. But
I reach up and I grab the, I don't know what they're called, but I'm assuming that this cop car has the places where my fingers can fit through, and I just go, lay it on us, Sheriff, come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, of course. So,
and I rattle it a little bit because he's taking so long.
It's
The stress.
And I
Gosh,
go,
no.
Harry, I haven't seen you this stressed out since we had to save you from that mermaid you fell in love with at the pond last week. What's going on?
I asked you not to bring that up. Sorry. And yes, I appreciate you assuming that was a dramatic pause of acting on my part, and not because I was looking through my notes. It's my son. It's Trent.
The quarterback, Trent?
Yes. Trent is always busy, always at practice. I think you know Trent. It seems like everyone knows Trent. He's a good kid. But he's gone missing, I think. It's not like him. And and it's not just him. It's him and there's friends he runs around, but they're good kids. What are they? Oh my God, what are they called?
The dick
The
ones.
dog pack? No, the dog pack. I don't. And he like sees your looks, I assume. What Tommy and Arnett, how do you either feel about the phrase or the concept of the dog pack?
Oh, we are well familiar with the dog pack.
I love the dick bags. They're just
The
so
dick
nice.
And he says, if it was just Trent or just one of them or a couple of them, I wouldn't worry so much. But I mean, you guys know the big game's next week. He's been talking about it. He's been talking about it for weeks. He takes it so seriously. He works himself so hard. He cares so much. And but all of them are gone. And this week is a bye week, of course. But with half the starting lineup of the football team, one of them being my son missing, it's out of character. And for the two of you, and it's actually quite perfect that it is the two kind of conspiracy-minded individuals. You guys certainly, of course, Trent MacArthur, star jock, all around a decent guy, maybe a bit of a lunkhead, but you also particularly know the dog pack, not necessarily exclusively named because they're just a bunch of jock bros on the football team, but because you all have encountered them on one of your adventures previously. Again, season 2, episode 4, the dog pack. This information kind of that takes the information from like, this is a paranoid dad maybe, to this is weird, because what you know about the dog pack is that they are all lycanthropes. And so that may take your interest from this is weird to, oh, well, interesting. How do the two of you react to this information that the dog pack has been missing?
I'll first throw like a snarky remark to Harry and being like, "Have you checked the pound?" Like, just being annoying.
The knuckles go white on the thing, but he says nothing.
Do you have something, Arnett?
All right, Harry. When's the last time we saw him?
Well, he went off to school yesterday, and that's the last I saw him. Didn't come home. He didn't seem like he was there this morning when I got up early for the shift. And it's just I even talked to Veronica. Veronica. And well, she didn't say she knew where she was, but she was acting weird, and it just got me suspicious is all. So I don't know what I'm even asking for you guys.
Say no more, Harry. Say no more. We're gonna talk to Veronica. We're gonna talk to some students, maybe the cheerleaders. We're gonna get these dogs back from the pound.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And again, the two of you would know that the secret of their lycanthropy is indeed a secret to the greater student body. And then again, you have worked with them, you've talked to them, they're fine people, but they're the types that you don't go spilling secrets of people's, full moon sojourns without consent. Sure.
I go to let myself out, but because I am in the back of a cop vehicle, I just, rattle until Harry lets me out.
Yeah, but let me. Do you have to physically just get like? I'm imagining he has to like open the door and like walk around.
That's what I thought.
Forgetting that the child lock is on, essentially.
I don't know, but we're gonna make it that way.
Withstanding previous history, yes, they have to get out and physically open from the outside.
Yeah.
All right, so I get out and I open a door for Arnett. And I go, age before beauty.
We're the same age.
2 minutes apart, Arnett. 2 minutes.
Are you saying that I'm the beautiful one?
I am not too sure what I'm saying now that I think about it.
I hair flip and kind of shoulder brush past Tommy and just immediately start walking back to the school. I mean, it was like a 1-minute montage, so we're maybe like
absolutely.
a 5-minute walk away. But I look over my shoulder at Tommy and give him like the come ahead.
And I like smile to myself because I actually like this kind of dynamic that we have with each other. So I smile to myself, but don't let Arnett see it. And just
Iron
follow
sharpens
Arnett.
iron.
It's a lot of sexual tension going on.
I mean, we're building to a season 4, baby. We got subplots to
That
make.
slow burn. That slow burn was just going for seasons.
We still haven't even gotten to the musical episode yet. We're getting
Oh,
there.
No.
soon though.
No.
Right?
Who said
we'll
that
get there.
tonight's not the musical episode?
Oh.
I
Me,
said
I
it.
can't say.
I said
Right
it
on, right on, right
also.
on.
So that could be a
This
sequel.
is season sweeps episode right here. Getting ready.
Right, we're bringing back familiar characters, the fan favorite episode, the dog pack, etc., etc.
Have we established that this is in the 90s?
Yeah. So for both players and viewers alike, this is kind of set in an amorphous blob of history where it is somewhere in between the late 90s to early aughts, and again in kind of the convenient TV way where it has been several seasons. And yeah, there's cell phones. Yeah, you can lightly Google things, but also, dial-up is slow, etc., etc. So it is plot convenient. It is 1990 plot convenience.
When Tommy catches up with me, I'm gonna look over at him and say, "Right then, I guess we should get the gang together. You wanna send out a correspondence?"
I page everyone. This is a time of pages, right? I send a pager out to everybody.
No,
and everyone
it
gets a
doesn't
pager that
get to me.
says
I have a
SOS.
sidekick.
I have a sidekick.
You get
have a
one
sidekick.
immediately
It doesn't-
back
I
from
don't get the
Ronan.
page.
You get one immediately back from Ronan that just says no.
And I go, that's Ronan.
And then you send the follow-up time and place to meet regardless, knowing Ronan said
Knowing that
no.
Ronan will show up, exactly.
Tommy, where is it that you are telling people that, kind of, do you have a set meeting place where it's like, we always meet under the bleachers of the old rundown stadium? Or or is it like, today we had access to the cafeteria set, so we're going to just chat over lunch?
I actually decide that we go meet up where Kiss was originally having a meeting at, since it's already kind of prepped up.
The radio room.
Radio room.
So, all of you receive a beep, a page, or whatever, or a sidekick notification.
It goes straight to my aim on my sidekick. That's what it is.
Jester, I am so glad that you have something because I can't afford any of that.
No, it's all good, man. Hold on. Let me. Oh, damn. We have to go to the radio room. He sends back on aim. That's across fucking campus.
Ronan's literally just staring at it on her very expensive whatever device of the 90s and or time amorphous. It's super expensive looking though, and it's like state of the art. Blackberry. Okay, cool.
Ooh, Blackberry. Ooh, you got
I,
She has the stylus in her hand, just like.
I read Chester's response and respond back saying, I expect you there in 10 seconds. So they gotta huff it.
The face that I just made is the face.
Quietly, we gotta go right now. We gotta go.
We gotta go. Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean we gotta go like right now? Like,
Yeah.
I like to think that
Yeah.
while Ronan's reading the book, the person that's been talking to her the whole time, you just see her go. She closes the book and just like walks.
Doesn't say
away.
anything, just walk.
No,
Gets up.
just leaves.
Yeah, Tom is saying we gotta meet in the radio room. I think they may have something for us to kind of look at. So they seem like it's pretty important. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that shouldn't be too far. Just a little bit of a walk. I mean, we could use it. I'm just gonna like pat to my belly. It's like, Mom says I need to I need to walk a little bit more, so lose that baby fat.
Man, you're fine. It's just across campus. Okay, well, let's go.
We get like barely. We make that first turn down the hallway. And it's just like, hold on, I gotta take a water break. This is too far.
Some amount of time later, everyone finished ambulating into the radio club. Is it like there's a ham radio a la like Stranger Things kind of vibe in this room, Jess?
Oh no, there is like an actual radio broadcasting system here.
Ooh, got
for
it.
like you have your little DJs that go through the school days with their little radio shows. I imagine that Arnett has one that's called Arnett Spins.
Is it? I have to ask. I was originally being like, oh, you guys are gonna get a, PBS weird, almost like Ancient Aliens style programming. But what you said was that also Arnett is a multi-layered character who also likes to spin a record every once in a while, a CD.
Yeah.
Does Arnett specialize in a particular genre of music, or is it just kind of whatever strikes their fancy?
They like adult alternative, kind of classic rock. They do play a Kiss song every now and again just to make sure that like the CIA or the FBI, if they were ever to find out about knowers of interconnected supernatural species and thought, oh, that's weird, I would just be able to be like, no, I'm just a Kiss fan.
All the newspaper, like student newspaper reviews are like, man, Arnett's show is really good, except just they throw in Kiss sometimes and it just fucks the whole vibe. So
and then also when we enter the radio room, me and Arnett look at each other and simultaneously know that we're going to check for bugs before we start talking about anything.
No, absolutely. Anytime we go into the radio room, it's like clockwork. We really would be a perfect duo, but I just can't fucking stand working with you sometimes.
But we get shit done, don't we?
You're not wrong.
I like to think that would be the moment that Ronan comes in. She's just staring at her phone like, will you guys just like kiss already or something?
Blush.
Also,
Blush.
I do like the implication that you guys check every room you enter for bugs, not just the radio, just any room you enter is like, I should unscrew that light fixture just to be safe. So some of you nonchalantly, some of you paranoidly, and some of you huffing, puffing, and I don't know, having a Gatorade, a Powerade, probably. If it's the high school in the early aughts, all arrive.
Utopia.
I won't make those character choices for you guys. That's up to you. Arrive into the designated meeting room and assemble your Monster Hunter posse group. I don't know what the right appropriate word is. Do you guys have a group name?
Oh man, are we?
Nobody wanted to join Kiss except for Tommy, but Tommy wasn't invited, so this is not Kiss 2.0. I can tell you that.
No, it's very different.
If no one objects to it, I would have suggested the Spinsters, since we always meet in the radio room. Don't make that face at me, Nathan.
I'm not making a face at you, Jess. I'm making a face at all of it.
Spinsters it is.
The five of the Spinsters. Oh God, I don't know what the show's name is now. I'll workshop it over the break. The five of you finally convene, the Spinsters. And as far as the three of you know, Ronan, JD, and Chester, you don't know, you guys don't send details of a case over something as insecure as a beeper. Ugh. But you arrive and you see Tommy and Arnett finishing their bug sweep, their customary bug sweep. But that is all the information you know. Go on, everyone.
I'm still waiting for them to kiss. They've been doing this for 15 minutes.
We'll come in. I'll be like, hey guys, why is there sexual tension in here? What the
You
hell's
can
going
smell
on?
it. You can smell it from like 10 miles away. I don't know. It's
Ew.
like it wafts with them.
And I go, listen, we're not here to talk about the potential, maybe sometimes sexual tension me and Arnett have with each other. Okay, there's something
All
serious
the
going
time. All the time.
Sometimes, Ronan.
All of
Sometimes.
Tommy, your
You
mom
guys
just keep
haven't
mentioning-
kissed yet?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's
That-
a little late in the year. You guys haven't done it yet?
Did somebody
I
say
already told you
kiss?
that I can't join Kiss. I haven't
Not-
been invited to join Kiss. How are we gonna join Kiss if I haven't been invited?
I take
Not the band.
him over to a corner and I say, "Look, if you want to join Kiss, you can join Kiss. But if you want to tell them, what's going on, I'll continue doing the sweep. Want to make sure that everything's legit."
I pull the other two close to me and be like, I think they're gonna kiss now.
Are they kissing
it
over
looks
there?
So his aunt.
They're
Martha
doing
keeps
it.
talking-
I turn around a little bit flustered after Arnett pulls me aside and goes, "All right, y'all. Basically, quarterback, you know the quarterback, right? Trent, hot guy, missing, gone. No idea why
I
or
saw
where
Trent
they went.
yesterday. That's wild.
That would have been good information to know 10
Chester's
seconds
eyes
ago.
go real. Chester's
I
eyes
didn't
go real
see you
wide.
that long
and he kind
ago.
of blushes.
I whip
Oh.
my head back when she says that she saw him yesterday. I don't let on to anything, but I whip my head back.
So, as you guys know, Trent is part of that, like the dog pound, the dog pack. And
dog
we know
pack,
that's,
yeah,
we
yeah.
ran into them like, a couple weeks ago. Decent guys, but we don't really don't mess with them too much. But they're missing. Harry's, Harry, not the sharpest tool in the shed. So I think it's up to us to figure out what's going on around here. And, yeah.
Why is
Yeah, I
it
saw
always
him,
the
like, yesterday,
sheriff
though.
that's the dumb one?
I know. Why did the town
He's
appoint
supposed to
the
be
sheriff
responsible for the safety and right.
and then just go to a bunch of
Anyway.
high school kids? Like whatever.
Well, so my mom always said that because he was the high school quarterback when he went to high school, like people just continue on with that. So
If we have Trent as our sheriff,
As a
I will just leave. I will
Oh,
just simply just not be here anymore.
I mean, as long as we don't vote for him, I think that's what really matters. But I don't.
really have to get into Brown. I gotta get out of here.
To answer your question, viewers, yes, this is what the stream is going to be.
Suddenly, all we care about is this
This
cat.
is what we're here for, just to be clear. And if you're not into it, sorry,
Sorry.
but we are.
1000%.
All right,
Okay,
so
so-
circling back, Ronan, you said that you saw Trent the other
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
You want to share with the class some information here, or what's going on?
I mean, he was at my locker in the morning, and he was trying to get me to go out with one of his dog friends, and I was like, pass. And he was just he was trying to be a good wingman and stuff, but yeah, that was about it.
So aside from the wingman flirtiness, nothing out of the usual is what you're saying.
No, he seemed confused on why his friend even wanted to talk to me, and I was honestly just as confused.
I'm also confused with that information, so yeah, we're on the same page.
That's tight. That's tight. Okay.
The other.
So is
Oh,
it just
go ahead.
him, or is it all of the dog? Because we can go see if his friends know where he's at, or
Harry wasn't specific. They said a few of their close friends are missing, so not too sure if that's all the dog pack or just some of them.
Maybe we just consider they're all missing because what is it? I haven't seen any of them around all day, and I have at least 2 classes with a couple of them. They kind of mesh in at some point. They're roughly, the whole what is it, Letterman and whatnot, kind of blends in. So I know there's 2 of them in there.
Wait, what's today? And he looks through. Chester looks through his bag and he real quick and he kind of pulls out a planner that he has and he's flipping and he's looking at the calendar and he's like, it's Wait, is it close? It's close to the lunar cycle, right?
It is. And you guys would find that interesting. Well, you guys would find that notable for obvious reasons, but also because part of the reason that the dog pack, you leave them alone and you have a very neutral relationship with them is because they handle their shit, basically. It's like when the full moon is out, they have a structure, they have a plan. They're not they're never caught out. They kind of like it always works out, even and they even have figured out some ways with your guys' help. Maybe this was your last adventure of like staving off a transformation just for a little bit so they can still play under those sweet Friday night lights for the hometown team. But yeah, like it is notable that the full moon is coming out, but at the same time, like again, those are not the guys you really ever need to worry about.
You know what else is coming up? What is it? The dance. I can't remember the dance next week.
Homecoming.
Yeah.
Gross.
By the way,
I'm pretty stoked about it. I got this sweet black suit. It's got this thing on it. And I think it's made by Fubu. It's sick. And Chester's like, this is sick, dude.
And you're gonna see us like one day.
We're just both like celebrating, just like doing the same thing.
I mean, can you stop moving like that?
Nah. Come on, Ronan.
At that point,
I like you guys, but not that much.
I turn around to myself and also start doing it, but like just like in the corner. I don't want no one to see, but I'm like, yeah.
But everyone sees.
Arnett, like over the shoulder, is just like, yeah.
Arnett, what do you do at that moment?
At that point, I slap my hands onto a bulletin board, and you can see that there are 4 names written along with corresponding photos, and it says Dick Bags, aka Dog Pack, and then it has Trent, Brent, Kent, Harvey, Dent. And again, all of their photos are lined up. And there's just a question mark that has like an X across it.
Kent was the one trying to get with Ronan.
Right on. Would I know that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Again,
underneath,
you've helped these people out before, and like it's not that big a school.
Kent's name is circled, and it has a point, point A to point B to Ronan, who also has a photo. Where did all of these photos come from? I don't know. I just have them on hand.
The Kodak photo.
Yeah,
for sure.
I go up to the board and I go, Arnett, she might be smelly, loud, and annoying, but you do good work. As if there's so much information on the board, but it's just the pictures with names on them and a question mark.
I give you a wink and like kind of stick my chest out a little.
There's also 2 things. One, there's been a hydrate reminder in chat. Everyone be sure to hydrate. That includes you, dear viewer. But I would also just be sure to remember. I would like to remind, that's how you conjugate. Arnett and Tommy, the other thing, the kind of other lead and probably another, Pepe
Veronica.
Sylvia thing is Veronica, who you would know is, of course, the head cheerleader and his best gal, Trent. They're Trent's best gal, rather.
That's what it says underneath Veronica. It says Trent's best gal.
Yeah, they have best gal and best guy promise rings. It's a whole thing.
It's cute.
It is. It's distressingly cute. But yes, I just wanted to be sure to remind you of that as well.
Yeah. So if everybody wants to come over here to this board, this is what we have so far. As you can see, the best girl right here. Veronica, she's been seen around school lately, and she doesn't look as sad as I think she should look. Or maybe she looks very sad and suspicious. I'm not 100% sure. Sheriff Harry was kind of funky on that one. But really, these 4 are who we need to find. Does anyone have any starters?
I mean, I'm friends with a lot of the creatures in the forest. If you want me to just go talk to them.
I have
Excellent.
lacrosse at 6th period, but we're doing a weight room thing. Some of the football
Oh,
guys come out
I'm
after
full on just skipping. I'm bored. I don't want to be here. I will leave.
that. Chester looks around and goes, "You do that. I gotta get in." So 6th period, I'll ask some of the football guys when they come out of the weight room. For point of reference, like I said, school's not a no nonsense for Chester and his family. So when hearing skipping, he's like, no.
Ronan has too much, like her family has too much money and could care less of where she is at any point. So she just kind of does what she wants.
Ronan,
Right, so what I'm hearing is Ronan's gonna go to the forest and ask the creatures of the forest. Chester, you got the football team. Done. Who's got Veronica? Who wants to do the football coach? And we can go from there.
Can I just tag along with you guys and just see what happens and just go
Yeah.
from there? I also want to be there in case like the kiss actually does happen. So,
And I feel way more safer with my cousin we reconnected with being with us for this. It's been a while.
Ronan, what part of the forest are you going to? Are you going past the little elf houses? Because I do need to check and make sure that they have enough food. So if you don't mind, I can go with you.
Oh yeah, totally come with me. Yeah.
Cool.
They kind of just like wander all around, so I just sort of go wherever I feel is the correct path.
Excellent.
Oh, Arnett, that reminds me. And Chester reached into his bag. Hey, check it. My little sister heard about the elves and the stuff, and he hands like a little bag of like rum cookies. This is what we could get for them. So just in case if they need more food, there you go.
They're gonna be trashed. I love that for them.
I make like a star symbol over my heart, and then nod at you.
I can't
I
with these
know.
beautiful children.
I know.
Okay.
All right, we have a plan.
I ask actually everyone. All right, spinsters, hands in. We can do this. Hands
Really
in
wish we
on,
weren't named
on
that.
Like,
3.
really roll my eyes.
All
and
right.
put my
I
hand in.
will.
Hand sanitizer.
Love you. Wish we weren't named that, but here we are.
I think my fingers touch Tommy's and I wiggle them a little bit, and then I go, "Do you want to do the honors?"
God damn, I have to come
Kiss
up
on
with
3.
Woo! Okay, we all do our own woos. Everything's great.
Can we canonically say that one of the running bits of the show is that every season you pitch a new name and try it out for that season, and then this is like the 3rd or 4th iteration of what you're calling your group's name, and you're just this year you're the Spinsters.
I love it.
But you have been, have been like the Hunter Crew and like Special
like last
Project
year's name.
Blacklist, and depending on whose turn it is to pick a name.
I feel like one
Last year's
season
name
we
was the
were the
best.
hunters, but then the next season we were the hunted.
Absolutely.
Mm.
so it'd be like
No.
season 1, we didn't have a name. Season 2, that's when we became the Hunters. Season 3, the Hunted, and now we are on
The Spinsters.
What a journey.
Natural evolution.
I don't know why nobody liked my suggestion of the Funky Bunch, but whatever.
Okay.
It's fine.
So here's what we're going to do.
Brownie.
Can you guys all please remind me, each player, and again, one spokesman per splitting the party group. What is everyone's plan once more? And again, we will do some
Mhm.
rolling.
Right, me and Juan or JD are gonna go talk to Veronica.
I believe Arnett and I are going into the forest, and we're going to talk to some supernatural creatures and give elves some cookies.
Oh, and then I'm going to lacrosse practice, and we're in the weight room this period, and we cross paths with the football team.
Oh, we added Teen Wolf to the 3 different shows that we're intercepting. I love that for us, actually.
Oh, it's always been in my brain there.
Good,
there
good,
was
good.
Another one. I live on air. I'm not going to try and remember an obscure like CBS show from my teenage years. I'll Google it in the break time like a professional. So,
Big Wolf on campus.
That's exactly what it was. 110%. It was Big Wolf on campus.
Big Wolf on campus.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Is there's a couple of scenes, but also a few things that I feel like we can just kind of roll and just kind of talk through some of the information that you guys gather. So first, and this will be kind of amorphous time. It's not all happening necessarily in sequential order because again, this is a TV show. Chester, how are you going about kind of approaching the football players and also kind of like inquiring as to whereabouts? Again, there's been no school panic or something, so you're not really sure, and you also again know that basically no one knows the dog pack's lycanthropic secret, so you'll have to inquire appropriately, knowing that you want to also protect their secrets. How does Chester go about making these connections, or what is he interested in learning specifically?
So when Chester goes to the weight room, of course, like he's like already changed, like he's ready to kind of go. The football team's kind of like funneling out, and just like as in high school, like non-sensory, they're snapping towels or whatever. He goes up to one of the tight ends on the team who's kind of just like at his locker by himself, and that's Daryl. And the reason why he goes to Daryl specifically is because, and we can play this out here. Hey, Daryl, what's going on? You doing all right, man?
Yeah. Hey, Chester. Yeah, I'm doing good. You hitting the weights? Hell yeah, man. I've been noticing you guys seem like you're having a great season. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been really good. I've started like really focusing on like my fitness and stuff. And
yeah,
like,
I can tell, man.
He's literally doing this.
The tries are popping, man. I've been wanting to say that for a couple weeks, and that's a hard thing to just bring up. But since you mentioned it, they're looking, all three of them looking really great.
Hey, 3.
Okay, yeah,
try. No, yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm in
yeah,
anatomy this
3.
semester, and it's gotten in my head.
Yeah, no, cool, dude. Like I actually didn't know there were 3, so maybe I need to add something additional. But anyway, I don't know if you got my note yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay,
what did the note say?
So
Nathan asks.
No, we're about to get into it. Yeah. So I mean,
and he like pulls you to the side a little bit, like everyone else is like, yeah, I'll catch up. I'll be just talking about tries, and goes over and kind of pulls you into a corner around and is like, I got the note.
Cool. I know that you didn't like answer back, but again, I thought we were gonna I don't know if you wanted to go to homecoming together or not.
It's just, I mean, he's like, look, yes, obviously yes, but like I just
okay, cool.
It's like a whole thing though. No, and like usually asking's the whole thing, but like you didn't, and that's totally. I mean, it's totally fine. But like I wanted to, and it's just it takes a little bit. I'm sorry. I waited too long.
I overstepped. I'm sorry. I didn't.
God, no. And the fucking awkward teen communication issues are, you can see like stink lines in an anime coming off of these two awkward teens.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. Yeah, no, I guess that's cool to know. I'm gonna wear yellow, but anyway, so
I mean, I got this suit and it's got like this thing on it, just like it's like a thing.
Oh man, you're gonna look so nice. I'm so happy. Cool. And then like in a half a second, like after hearing that he said yes, that like they're gonna go to like homecoming together, he's just like, yeah. I don't know. So again, this might sound like a little bit left, but I haven't seen Trent in the weight room or
yeah, I think he was like sick or something is kind of what I heard, I guess. Like he was here part of yesterday, and then he like I think he and some guys like skipped, just like just took off, said they're having I mean how You know how those guys are.
Yeah, like who? Like it was him and who else? Because I only just noticed that Trent was missing. Like,
Yeah, no, it's the whole fucking the dog pack, right?
oh, yeah, that's such a silly name. Oh, so they were like, so they kind of like dipped out yesterday at some point.
Yeah, but like, I mean, that's not you know, I've dipped sometimes.
Well, yeah, no, it's just, I mean, normally when you dip,
Right, you, I mean, you
come
have
back
too,
a little
right?
bit later.
You've skipped every once in a while. Right?
No, no, I have to get into Brown, and so I can't miss any school. So
Well, we'll talk about that some other time. But no, I mean, I didn't talk to him too close, but I mean, they just said that they were, you know, taking a long lunch, right? One of those where it's like, you know, skip one math class, free period, lines up right, and really your day's done anyway.
Yeah, but,
so
but normally you would come back the next day, right? Like you don't skip, like.
Right. I mean, I that's what I figured. They're sick again. I hadn't been like practice yet, obviously, so like coach didn't say anything, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, we don't have a game tomorrow, so you know,
right,
better sick now
right.
than later, right?
Yeah, get it out the way, I guess. I don't know. It just seems like a little weird. Like, but you know what? I get it. You know, boys will be boys and things like that.
Yeah, and you know, and another like part of we've been in this whole week is just like so busy, you know, like all these alumni coming by. It's like, ugh. All these, you know, old people who are like, yeah, I went here 30 years ago. This hallway wasn't here. They're all talking about, you know, the new stadium that just opened, obviously, right? And it's like, oh God, if only this was here when I was here, I could have made all state. And it's just, so that's, I mean, that's, I've been a little distracted. Is my point, you know?
No, it's okay. And I don't want to take any more of your time. I know you gotta continue forward, and like he leans a little bit closer and he goes, I'm really happy you want to go to homecoming with me. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And then he just kind of like looks at you, you know, locks eyes a little bit, and then just kind of like does the awkward teenage thing of just like, there's a beat and he realizes, oh, I should leave or do something. And then he just backs away from you, you know, kind of like doesn't turn his back, and then just does one of these all the way back down the hall. Comes really long, like, around the corner.
Chester does it, but it's like super light. It's just like, yeah. Okay. Hey, yeah, I'll see you later. And then he just kind of like turns around and like cut that out. And then I just keep going doing my thing. I think that day is like definitely harder. He's just like, I gotta work on these trying. So cool. I'm good.
So let's do. How do we want to do it? Let's do JD and Tommy going to talk to Veronica.
Okay. So for me, I had this vision of like, as we're going to look for Veronica, I like put my arm around like JD. I go like, yo, JD, Juan, cousin, primo, listen, I'm never gonna be the leader of this forever, right? One day I'm gonna crack the code about Mr. Weber being controlled by Cthulhu. Don't tell Arnett I said that. They will never let me live it down. And I need you to start stepping it up a little bit. So I'm gonna need you to take the reins of this with Veronica, and I'm gonna be shadowing the back and making sure everything is all right. Okay? You got this, cousin.
Wait, hold on. You
guys turn the corner, and there, sitting alone on a staircase, is Veronica Briargrave, and you just hear the tic-tac of also a BlackBerry phone, as she's clearly messaging someone. Text using her limited data plan, one of her precious 240 texts a month or whatever the fuck it was in the dark days. Something, but you can tell is a little emotional, and you guys just find yourselves there as she's just kind of like breathing a little heavy and maybe kind of emotional.
And I go to JD. I'm like, "This is your chance, go!" And I push JD in front of me.
As soon as that happens, I'm like, hi.
And Veronica, who is just like an unfairly attractive individual. Kind of that person who you'd like to be jealous of, but is just too cool. And you're just and you not liking this person is like reflects badly on you. Kind of one of those situations. And has like again these like long like dreads pulled back in a ponytail, and is in unfortunately a cheerleading outfit. It's towards the end of the day, maybe going off to practice here in a sec, and you see her eyes dart up at you, and she puts her BlackBerry down and kind of brings it close, and you can tell now that her eyes are a little red.
You're gonna like JD's face is gonna be like hella blushing as well. He's like, hi Veronica. Sorry, am I intruding on anything? I can come back.
No, no, everything's fine. I was just texting someone.
Oh, okay. If you don't mind, I just have a couple. I'm gonna look over to Tommy. I have a couple questions, if that's okay. Just you real quick. I don't want to.
He like leans over and like sees Tommy just lurking in the shadows.
And as they're talking, I'm kind of just like walking around, like looking for like a wire on Veronica, or like
doing totally normal, human
like completely
things.
normal to me. But I'm like on the ground, just like looking around, and
Not
I think
doing,
no one
like,
notices.
shoulder
I think no
rolls.
one notices. I'm like so stealthy in my own ways. You know what I mean?
How
And
you
I
like
look
pop
around,
out
I'm
of
like,
it. You pop out of an air vent and kind of look around, and then like retract. I'm sorry. Did you need something? I'm sorry. Sorry. What did you need?
Yeah, it's about Trent. I was just curious if what is it? What do I say? Words hard. Yes.
have you seen him?
Have you seen Trent around lately?
And important bit of information before this continues too far. You would probably know, or you don't know whether she knows that Trent is a lycanthrope or not.
Okay.
So you can sometimes you definitively know the answer. This is the case you do not. And she says, yeah, it's I was just trying to text him. Well, I've been trying to text him all morning and call and stuff. I mean, mostly call. My stupid parents won't give me unlimited texting. But yeah, I mean, I haven't heard from him in a bit.
When would you say the last time that you heard from him?
It's like yesterday afternoon, I think.
Was everything cool between y'all, or is it just like
I mean, I thought so. Did you hear something?
What? No, it's nothing like that. I just what is it? I'm
Please,
I'm
no,
trying
you
to-
can tell me if. Please, JD.
Well, so I don't.
Do you know something?
I interrupt. We don't know anything. We're just looking for him. You know what I mean? We haven't seen him in a while. I have to ask him about what are we working out? My triceps. I think I have to ask him about how to work them out. You know?
It is tricep day.
Yeah. So we're just wondering
yeah.
if you've seen him. You're doing great, JD. Yeah, we just want to know.
Yeah, that's exactly. We just curious.
Flex your tricep.
Okay.
Flex it.
So I'm to prove that it's gonna work out.
Awkwardly like try to like strike a pose.
I'm very scrawny. I don't work out a day in my life.
Okay, so two things. So I would love Tommy.
Mhm.
You are keeping an eye out. Obviously, to a degree, are looking for wires and bugs and presumably federal agents who may be here as black men trying to cover up something big. But also just kind of generally keeping your eye on what's going on around you. And then JD, obviously you are trying to win over this individual and just kind of get them to feel like they can talk to you. So I would say,
charming through my awkwardness.
Let's have JD roll a charm roll. Just to kind of like put her at ease, get a little bit more information. And then for Tommy, let's have you do a cool roll. Or no, excuse me, a sharp roll.
Sharp roll.
So
What do I
for
roll
those
for this exactly?
for those of you who don't know, including our players and also sometimes Nathan the keeper, this is a 2d6 system. So both of you please roll 2d6 and then add your appropriate skill. Obviously, if you have a move or something that you think, oh, actually, hey, I have something where I get a bonus to sharp because I'm hyper paranoid or something, then obviously that can be inputted, but it's just 2d6 and then add whatever bonus it is.
Okay.
Okay.
I rolled an 8.
I rolled a 4.
Okay. So in this system, and I believe I'm doing this right, I meant to write this down. I'll double check it in the break. Professional dungeon master and keeper. 7 to 9. So 10 or above is a success. No caveats, no nothing. It is just a success. You do the thing. I believe 7 to 9 is a mixed success. So that means you do succeed, but it comes with a bit of a complication. And then anything below that is a failure.
Okay, so sorry, I rolled an 8 and then +2 with my sharp. So I have
Yes,
a 10. Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, about that. So I rolled a 4, so that's actually a 3.
Good. Okay, so JD, she kind of like you're trying to sensitively, but try to push for information a little bit, and she just kind of like, it's like, I'm sorry, why are you? I think, I mean, maybe he's just like sick or something. I don't know. I should go, and turns and she like starts to go up the stairs. Tommy, what you see in kind of at the top of the stairs is you notice that someone has been watching this conversation and has been there as soon as you kind of came up and started talking. And it is as if this person was like either waiting for it to be done or maybe seeing what was being said. We can do another roll here in a sec. But this person is Brian Perry, who you know, just kind of a weird kind of jerk kid, but is whatever, in the way that many teens are weird jerk kids, who has some black ruffled hair and thick glasses, who says, yeah, Veronica, come on, let's get to class. Were they bothering you? Is everything okay? And that will be where we take a break, everyone. And
real quick,
we will continue this afterwards.
I think I forgot to do something earlier on. So I have an ability called Connect the Dots, and I think I misread the ability.
Cool.
I think it says at the beginning of each mystery, which would be the one we're doing right now, I have to just roll a dice, and if I have a 10 plus, I hold 3, 7 and 9, I hold a 1, and then I can ask the keeper questions. I just forgot to do that at the beginning. Can we do it now real quick?
Why don't we take the break? And we'll roll it right when we come back, and we'll see where that gets us.
Perfect.
And I too will do that, being in the same class.
Hey, this is the start of the mystery. The mystery has truly started now, I would say.
Yeah, it was a love story earlier. Now,
that's right. Coming of age.
Yes.
Tension. Dancing.
Yes.
Oh, don't worry, I have two very good ones once we actually get into the forest.
All right, friends, don't forget, if you put !donate or check out the pinned comment in the chat, you can go and donate to Stream for a Cause, which is the charity that we are currently raising funds for. For every $5 you donate, you can get an entry to win a $25 gift card to Elderwood Boxes. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and then we have some rolls to get to. So hi everyone, and welcome back. We are here tonight playing Monsters of the Week, and we are raising funds for Stream for a Cause, which turns our donations tonight and all donations they receive into grants for smaller as well as grassroots community nonprofits around the world. You can donate by checking out the pinned comment on the Twitch chat, or you can put !donate or !charity into the chat. For every $5 you donate, you get an entry to win a $25 gift card from Elderwood Boxes. They have great dice, great dice boxes, honestly, TTRPG accessories. If you donate $10, you can gift a reroll to anyone on the cast, including Nathan. If you donate $20, you can give a plus or a minus to any roll. $30 gets you a nat 20 to any of our players, and for $100, you can name the next NPC. So, we are going to do a small recap from the perspective of each of our characters. So, from the perspective of Arnett, who I'm playing, I made some headway with Tommy. I think we're starting to get along. Our fingers touched, our shoulders brushed up against each other. He was being cute. My cheeks blushed. And with that, I'm gonna popcorn it to Drill.
I feel like I'm making some headway with JD, taking more of an initiative. We're figuring out what's going on a little bit here with Victoria and this guy named Brian Perry, who just snuck away with Victoria. Now I'll popcorn into JD.
For JD, he's wondering what the hell he got himself into and how could he be a bumbling fool in front of Veronica, because he blew that. But it was a fun time nonetheless. And yeah, also wondering about Brian, because that was a little sus. So we'll figure that out. And then I'm going to popcorn it over to my boy Chester.
Yeah, Chester is really focusing on his triceps right now, just making sure that we get a good pump in for that. He's also like super excited that Daryl said yes to Homecoming, but kind of refocusing back, he's like, oh, okay, so the whole pack went missing yesterday, and they still haven't come back, and nobody really knows. Might want to try to talk to Coach if I can. And then popcorning to Ronan, yeah. Right? Yeah.
So Ronan, even after 4 seasons of this, is still wondering why she's still friends with everybody here. But she loves them so much that she won't leave, but she won't out loud say it. She is very much enjoying that she's starting to feel closer with JD and Chester, especially going on with the sexual tension between Arnett and Tommy. So that's kind of where she's at.
And I think that pretty much wraps it up. I mean, that I think covers the first 90 minutes pretty completely, I would say. Thank you all for joining us once more here on part 2 of this excellent Monsters of the Week stream, where deep mysteries are beginning to... I wanted to say mysteries are unfurling themselves, and I knew that the sickos on this screen right now would be like, ha! You get it.
You're the only sicko that did it.
Yeah.
We're taking after you.
You taught us this.
We're following your lead, Nathan.
Learned it from
We learned
you.
it from you.
We're matching your
Jim
energy.
Learned it from you, Jim Dad.
So there was a little bit of a well, okay, I'll first ask for Dro and Jess. Would you prefer right now to roll for some information? Or would you like to do it after a scene, or when you're next on, or what's your knowing what you know about the questions that you get answered? Do you think it will be valuable to kind of have that flavor future interactions?
I'll save mine for the future. I could do that.
It's totally up to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And again, only because I genuinely don't know all the rules to this game, especially not the ones applying to your direct character. So if you think let's roll now, let's do it. And if you're like, oh, let's wait.
Roll now only because
Cool.
By me rolling, if I roll a 10 plus, I get 3 hold, and I can use my holds throughout the story to ask the question. This way I just have the holds ready, and then we can just use it when we want to. I'll just roll now.
I'll see Dro's roll. And meet.
So I rolled a 8 plus 2, so I got a 10. So I have 3 hold.
Do
Jess
we
got
roll?
math.
I'm too gay for that. Okay, I rolled an 8. Do I get to add anything?
It's plus whatever your sharp is.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's a 10, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you guys both got 10. Okay, so
Yes.
let's. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, if you guys would like, and you can ask a question now, certainly if there's one pressing, but at least for Tommy, if you're asking any questions about the scene that just happened, if you're okay with it, just for dramatic narrative flow, we'll come back to you guys. If you're like, I want to follow up on that, and then we can go that direction.
Yep,
if
let's do that.
That works for you.
Yep, 100%.
So, back from commercial break, you see the little bumper of Monster of the Week, whatever our TV show is named, and we see Arnett and Ronan wandering out into the woods, right nearby the school. And we'll say again, I think we mentioned campus is relatively big, so it takes you a little bit, but it's a pretty bustling campus. Again, you pass through all sorts of hallways, the new wing of the school, which is of course a big deal, and you even pass the new stadium, which, oh man, people are so excited for this brand new stadium, and all that it may offer to the athletic programs here at the high school. And you guys kind of find a patch. It doesn't take you long though to find a place in the forest where you can do whatever it is that you weirdos do.
Well, it's funny you say you weirdos, because I am going to take the cookies that I got from Chester, and walk over to the 5 multicolored houses. They're very small, maybe 1 foot by 1 foot, and they're just little elvish houses. And I am going to put a cookie in front of each of the homes. I'm going to again make a star symbol over my heart, give a nod, and mutter under my breath something that unfortunately Ronan cannot hear.
Okay, so that's cool. While you're doing that, actually to the side of you, you can see, it depends on if you can see it in the corner of your eye or not, but Ronan will go towards what almost looks like a mushroom circle that's just in the middle of the forest, and does the thing you're not supposed to do and steps in the middle of it and sits down, and she starts using her telepathy ability to try and call some of the just fun little mythical creatures in this forest.
What is it, Ronan, that you call?
See, I have several options. It can be a goblin, a satyr, or a full fairy if we want to go full fairy for that fairy circle.
That is up to you. What's the vibe? What would Ronan either prefer to call or absolutely fucking hate that she had called?
I feel like she accidentally called Todd her goblin friend.
Todd the goblin.
Todd.
And I'm also
Todd
imagining that that's not his real name. It's just I'm gonna call you Todd. I think that's.
Yeah.
I think your name. You're giving me a Todd vibe.
Yeah.
And so you spend a moment as Arnett is putting these cookies out and is kind of taking part in this kind of ritual. You sit in the middle and have a moment of kind of contemplation. Do you say anything, or is it just kind of you send vibes out into the universe and see what replies?
I send vibes out, but because Ronan is just a little shit to her heart, she hums creepily.
It's not necessary. It's just there for ambiance. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
So after a moment or two, and again, it's always a little bit longer and also a little bit shorter than you always kind of want it to be. From behind a tree, seemingly out of nowhere, this kind of just scrawny little goblin. We're gonna say it's more of a fantasy goblin as opposed to a Tolkien or a D&D kind of goblin, where it's scrawny. It has maybe, I don't know, big fun shoes and a big fun hat, but is still small and annoying and delights in mischief. And this creature kind of ambles up to you, and has this kind of yellowish skin, very clearly not of this mortal world, and says, "Well, what do you want?"
Hi, Todd.
"Hi, Ronan. Are you here to ask another favor? Are you here to get me in more trouble? Are you here to, and then lists off 10 other times that, of course, loving fans of the TV show would be like, I remember that episode. Great time.
Ronan goes, yeah, that's why you're here.
Okay. Go on.
I just have a few questions. That's it. I'm not going to get you in trouble this time, I promise.
That you have literally said that to me every time. But
yeah,
but because of the pact and blah blah blah, I have to help. What do you want?
So like I guess some like lichens disappeared, and I was just wondering if you saw them anywhere in the forest.
What's your and you can this can either be mechanical or it can be what you perceive. Like you, Allie, the role player, decide. What is your how much does Todd the Goblin, how forthcoming and forthright does he need to be? Does he just like tell you the answers, or is it something you would roll for? Maybe, I don't know. Rolling for it.
I can manipulate somebody really without speaking, but I have to roll for it.
Okay.
And it would be like a charm.
So why don't you, so he, Todd's such a little shit. He will always try to be just like unhelpful or just half truths or something like that. So why don't you roll something, roll a charm, whatever. Again, you as experienced Todd handler, to kind of like persuade him and or trick him into telling you factual information instead of the usual bullshit that he peddles you.
Okay. That was a 7.
That is a mixed success.
Yes.
So Todd just kind of looks at you. And are you using an ability? Like, are you actually charming him?
I think I'm just sort of trying to manipulate like what I can out of him. It's not going to be like, it's not me using my full powers.
Right.
It's me saying, I trust you, Todd. You're either going to be a little shit or you're going to tell me what I need to know.
Exactly. You know the buttons to push or try to push. And Todd's like, well, I mean, there's lots of shapeshifters, that come through these woods. I'll tell you one bit for free.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you more bits if you make it worth my while.
What's your price?
And he waggles his terrible goblin eyebrows, which are very long and very hairy and very unkempt.
What is your price? You can just tell me. I hate this whole game.
But that's the game is the point. You can't.
I get bored of it. Todd.
It's too bad.
Todd.
It's too bad. If you want it, you have to do it. I'm sorry, I get so little control in my life. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? I mean...
You did.
I think I come up to the circle and I see that Ronan is in the circle and I don't fuck with that shit. No. I stand at the outside. I see Todd. I give him a nod and I go...
He out of the corner of his eyes, just looks at you and gives you a curt nod back, but then goes back to fucking daggers at Ronan.
I like to think that when he's just like that, but Ronan is in his face and she's like, what's your price?
Well, what were you gonna say, Jess?
I like Ronan saying, what's your price? I do have one final cookie left. And I shake the bag and it makes cookies sounds.
One cookie, the sound, what is the ancient philosophical question of what is the sound of one cookie rustling around in a bag?
I think it sounds like that.
Crinkly
maybe.
Ziploc.
Yeah.
It goes like this. It goes carbs.
Can you? And The ancient war cry of cookies. Jess, could you give me, this seems like something, kind of to push that last, either to know the answer of what this goblin wants, or to be able to convince them this is what you want, whatever kind of like variation they're in. How would Arnett classify? No, I know how to get this little goblin.
So it's very, would you do it for a Scooby Snack-esque?
Mm-hmm.
I squat.
Obsessed with cookies.
I squat down. I squat down to Todd's level, and I kind of start shuffling my feet towards Todd. I'm in the circle, and he knows that I don't want to be here, and I'm just shaking the cookie every step I get closer, and I say, "All right, Todd, would you do it for a Todd cookie?"
And he is not unblinkingly been staring at Ronan. And then you say the word Todd cookie, and then Ronan, you see his little goblin eye just twitch a little bit.
and she goes, very quietly, she goes, "Would you do it for a Todd cookie?"
Could you, Jess, could Arnett please either roll charm, or plus charm or plus weird?
Yeah, I'm gonna go
both
charm.
Appropriate.
For sure. Ooh. Okay, so it's a 6 as is. Fuck. Is it worth using? A 9 would still be a failure, right?
You can do a reroll too.
Oh yeah, I have so many of those.
We've gotten, don't forget.
All right,
we've
first
gotten a
reroll.
shitload of rerolls.
Yeah, and y'all
From our
out
beautiful
there
viewers.
can gift us rerolls by donating money. I'm gonna use another reroll because that was a 5.
It's getting worse.
Okay, that was a 7. But this was a 10. So
Just
I think I've
blasted
eaten
through the rerolls.
all of them up. But you know what? I believe in the power of friendship, and I think in my time of need, my friends are going to be able to roll better than me.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They said very confidently moving forward. So how this plays out, all these rerolls, is that you have to stand there for like a while shaking this bag.
Very, very quietly, finally, when you hit that 10, though, you hear Ronan just go, "Open the bag so we can smell it." It's like, wow, in this time.
I open the bag and I just go, ah. And then I go to take it out and just dangle it in front of my mouth like I'm about to eat it.
So Todd the goblin finally breaks and snaps over to you and makes this like wild animal eye contact, and then literally supernaturally like jumps, and it's like he's like, he's small, but like jumps high enough that he like bear hugs your whole forearm, just like arms crossed, legs crossed, and just starts eating the cookie out of your hand in like a frenzy.
Ronan like stands up out of the fairy circle and she just goes, "All right, Todrick, tell us what you know."
Rick.
I don't like that worked. And now he's shamed, and he says, "All right, fine. The free is I saw a bunch of weird werewolves and stuff last night. They come around sometimes."
All right.
And
Where'd they go?
Doing their werewolf stuff. I don't know. I mean, whatever. But then they went off. I don't. There's werewolves, whatever. No, hold on. Just hey. Deal's a deal.
I can put you in the cage if you do not give me more information.
We talked about the cage.
I
don't like it.
And I don't like that you're not giving me my information.
Okay. But number two for the cookie. Number 2.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Is one of them's back there right now.
Okay, Nathan.
Yeah.
Because I have one more thing that I would like to do. After he says one's right there, I would like to use my tune in ability, which is I can attune my mind to a monster or minion, and I can roll plus my weird, and it's like the normal successor.
Cool.
Okay.
So you're trying to just like locate this creature?
Yeah, I'm basically going to see if he's actually there, and then I can ask a variety of questions if I success.
And just don't forget, you also have your questions if you'd like to spend one of your holds.
Okay. So that was 12? No, 13. I rolled a 13.
Okay, so that is definitely a success. What would you like to do with that success?
How can I attract its attention? That's one of the questions I can ask.
Ooh. Okay, so Todd the goblin points over his shoulder, but you don't see anything in the direction that he's pointing, which could just mean it's way back there is kind of the vibe. But depending on the state of the creature, and by that I mean if it's a werewolf or if it is a person. Either way, you either want to get its attention loudly if it is a werewolf, and then it'll definitely come and find you in, some state of violence, or if it is in either state, werewolves, if you scare them enough, will transform even during the day, or stress them out enough. So you want to maybe, just kind of very calmly be like, hey, who's out there, kind of, approach with respectful caution.
Okay. Ronan then looks over at Arnett and she's just like, hey Arnett, I'm going to very nicely ask you to go back to the school because I don't want you to get hurt with the recklessness I'm about to do. Okay?
I just make
do that.
Literally that face. And then I turn to Todd and I go to ask a question. I don't think that, or at least I hope that Ronan wouldn't think this as, gosh, they're just being so disrespectful to me, more as a, wow, they're my friend and they're not going to just leave me out here in the forest alone. But I do turn to Todd, and I would like to say that if someone lies to me, I know it because I have a suspicious mind. And so I am going to ask him if he is connected to current events more than he is saying. So, Todd, you know what's going on here right now, don't you?
Who, Todd?
Yeah, Todd. You've been around the block a time or two.
Well, I mean, connected? That's...
Are you involved, Todd? Todd, I lied to you earlier. I got another Todd snack. Another Todd cookie.
Are you?
Because I broke it. I
one?
broke it in half earlier.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Todd, under this, you can tell obviously he's being suspicious. But the both your kind of preternatural ability to kind of keep pulling on threads, as well as the promise of another Todd snack. He looks at you and is like, well, I may have helped a person who was looking for him find him. Like for the end of like a deal. I mean, that's how things work.
I'm gonna have to have you tell me. I'm gonna have to have you tell me who was looking for him.
I don't know.
I'd like to say Ronan's like walking further into the forest while they're having this conversation. It's just like Arnett's distracted.
I don't know. It was like some kid. Like, yeah, I don't know what you humans kind of look the same. Is that? Can I say that? I don't know. But no, he had like, I don't know, those like the things on the face, right? With the things. You know, when you wear it's the
Glasses?
you can
Glasses?
sure. We'll say yes. And I don't know. He was like kind of a high-pitched, weird voice.
Curly red
Nothing
hair?
at all like mine.
Curly red hair?
No, it was like a blackish kind of situation.
Did he have a pickup truck?
A what?
Did he respond to Frank the Tank?
Hold on. So, what happens? Ronan, you've been walking, and you've just been this has been fading on in the background. And you're just
when
trucking
she
forward.
stops, like when it's like the lightest that she can hear it, like the very lightest, you just hear loudly from the woods just a howl come out of
Ooh.
just like the most feminine but loud, like as loud as you probably have ever heard Ronan be.
This rings out across, and again kind of has that like supernatural quality where like it is echoing in ways that it shouldn't, but it rings out and it kind of fades away, and then Ronan, in the distance, you not too far, but just kind of barely on the edges of your senses, hear kind of a whimper in response, but like kind of a dog-like whimper.
Ronan
just like,
runs towards that.
yeah, 20, 30 feet away from
Books
you.
it.
And
Books it.
you see star linebacker and lycanthrope Kent Lorraine laying there, covered in strange burns, who just kind of looks up at you so weakly, and just goes, Aru. And we cut back to Arnett, who he's like, it was not Frank, and I don't know what a pickup is. I think it was like, I don't know, like Perry or something. I don't know.
Mary, okay. And I give him the cookie, and I assume that he just like all but attaches himself. Yep.
It's
to
a
my
piranha
hands.
feeding frenzy.
I break out my communication device, and I type
Your
out
beeper.
my beeper, and I type out meet at the elf houses when you are done. Big wolf sound. Send.
Now, we hop back to Tommy and JD.
But
who have just
before,
been yes.
before
Ooh,
then,
please.
I want to say that it's time for y'all to take a shot because we just reached our fundraising
No,
goal.
and yes!
Ooh.
Just in
No
time.
offense.
I have to crack open a new bottle for this.
Oh, shit.
So
Oh
Cheers.
shit, fancy. Keep on
My
donating,
lord, it's the
y'all.
opposite.
We are still supporting an amazing cause, Stream for a Cause.
hefty pour.
And Nathan is doing a hefty pour for us to reach our fundraising goal in 11. Made sure that Drode had a super hefty pour as well.
Oh, baby, it's a double. I'm ready. Let's do
Mhm.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Let's go,
Cheers.
y'all.
it. Cheers.
We're on a timer now, baby.
Cheers.
Oh. God, it is not good. The Lord is not good.
I have
So-
a problem.
Arnett, was there anything else you wanted to do with your question or anything mechanically before we hop back over?
I'm just going to smile at him and say, thanks. I don't think she's coming back for a little bit. You can, hop off to Gobob Town or wherever you go. Thanks.
Who told you about Gobob Town? He
It was
looks at
Ronan.
you so seriously, and then he fucking just turns and sprints, and it seems like he runs into a tree and then disappears.
God, Tom is my favorite.
Shit. I whisper into the wind, I know everything, as I walk back to the elf
you don't.
houses. Oh, okay. And that's it for me.
JD and Tommy, you have, again, we cut back pretty much to right at the end of the last scene. JD really tried to coax Veronica, girlfriend of star quarterback Trent MacArthur, into giving a little bit more information about, not only the last time that she saw and heard from Trent, but where he might have gone, or really any kind of actionable information. And Tommy, you spotted that there was someone up there watching that conversation, and you recognized who this person was. It was, Brian Perry, who is just like some fucking guy in the school, and you have, I don't know how you want to react with any of this information, or if at all, or if you're just like, all right, let's cut losses, let's get out, let's regroup with everybody. What do the two of you do?
I'm gonna turn to JD in a very frantic state. Like, JD, you have to make the most important decision of your entire life. Do we follow them or do we go back and tell the others? Quick.
Just go back. I don't know what to do.
I
don't know what to do right now.
JD says that we go back, but I am going to. Actually, I don't have that ability anymore. Yeah, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back and tell the others. Like, JD, you're shaping up to be a good leader.
He's your protege. For when you have to get written out of the show in season 5 for taking money and getting your own spin-off, and then Chester, you obviously are, other than just kind of doing maybe some tricep push-ups very casually in the hallway in between periods, and I'll say that this is now like enough time has passed, and again in kind of TV show logic kind of thing, is that it is after school.
I'm in a deep pump. I'm singing every song from the Rocky 2 soundtrack. Just like going.
And so you've hit the gym for a second time today. After once during period, once afterwards, really hitting the tries hard, because Thursday is, as established canonically, try day. And you get this beep saying, "Hey, meet over in the forest." And is there anything that you have done or would like to do kind of en route to this place?
So I think leaving like the locker room, so like anybody who plays sports in locker room, they know that the coach's office are like in the hallway towards, or again going out of the locker room. Being that it was like after the football practice, before their end of the day practice, he wants to walk by the football coach's office to see if anything went in there.
You walk towards the football coach's office just on the way, and the football coach is not in his office. He's actually standing outside of it, and he's specifically standing in front of the trophy case for the school that has, your state championship trophies, medals, photos of teams, all kinds of things like that. And it's just kind of like he's talking to maybe someone else, and is clearly kind of deep in discussion. Just being like, I don't know. It's so weird. It was just not there anymore. I don't know.
Hey, Coach McGillicuddy. Hey.
Oh, hey, Chester, right?
Yeah. Hey,
he's talking to Mr. Weber, by the way.
Oh, I think Chester kind of like, because I assume that he turns away from Weber. And so Chester kind of like looks over the shoulder of Coach, and he's just like seeing if he notices anything in Weber's eyes. Because
Weber is constantly just like is out of eye line, and then just is always staring nonchalantly, but very intensely always. And you camera cuts a different direction and slides in, but isn't looking at you, but is looking directly into the camera. But Coach is Coach McGillicuddy, obviously, is nonplussed by Mr. Weber and says, I'm sorry, what did you, can I help you with something?
Yeah, I heard there was like a lot of the alums coming in, and like they're super excited about homecoming and everything. Especially with such storied programs like lacrosse, of course. Hey, again, good luck Sunday, big crosstown game. We'll be not actually there for you, but cheering you on. That's okay, Coach. I mean, we're just gonna bring in another championship like we did last year, but it's just, Lax is awesome. how's the team doing? How's like Trent? Is everything like good or?
Yeah. I haven't heard from Trent in a bit actually. Yeah, I think he's sick. Maybe I think some of the other people were saying, and him and a couple of his little, I don't know, like, is it a gang? I don't know. His group of whatevers.
Yeah, and that's weird, right? Because you want to make sure everybody's in shape for the homecoming gang, you know.
Right. Well,
like
and it's again, especially with all this activity and all these things going on, it's like we got, it's the people are coming through, they're touring again. We got the new stadium, we got the, it's all very exciting, and now this, and he like gestures to the awards case, and you see he points specifically to an empty spot that clearly, kind of in the feng shui of an awards cabinet, clearly had something there. And he's like, yeah, the anniversary ball is gone.
Oh. Did that just, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really look at the case that much, but like, is that new? Like,
wow. Well, I mean, hey, far be it for me to tell you what to do, of course, son, but there's a lot of history in this case. You really should check it out. Some of the, the pillars that you stand upon are right there.
Absolutely, coach. And of course, we'll talk about that later. No, I mean, like, did that just happen? Like the ball had gone missing, or?
Yeah, I mean the winning ball, the touchdown, the big dramatic last minute. Do you know? I'm sorry, you might not know this. Apparently, I mean, again, there's some really fantastic stories of the halls of this grand school, but big last second touchdown 30 years ago, state championship. It was a defining moment for our program, and it's gone. And just on the 30th anniversary, when all these these storied athletes will be coming back and rah-rahing and hopefully donating and whatever. Got to get that new locker room.
No, I mean, that's sorry. I'm sorry. Like I said, I moved here 2 years ago, so I mean, I'm still kind of catching up, No, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, I hope you find your ball, and I mean, especially it's an important piece of this school's history. It needs to be found.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, like maybe giving like Trent like a message. I don't know, maybe calling him or something, because definitely don't want to be worried about him. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course, I've been reaching out. I've been asking everyone, and yeah, I will see if he doesn't make it to practice again today. God, I don't want to bench him.
No, oh, absolutely not. Hey, real quick, and I gotta run, and I appreciate this. What is it that you guys are doing outside like the tours for the alums and stuff? Everybody seems to be in like such a big like hoopla.
Well, we got again all the like big stalwarts of the program and supporters of the school all come, and it's like a whole there's a week of things in the game and all that kind of stuff. And this year it's the big year, right? It's been 30 years 30 years since the state championship, and we got everyone coming back. As far as I've heard, it was before my time, obviously, but we got Harvey Dent II. I don't know. I'm coming up with names on the fly. We got Jarek.
He's a great lawyer. I think he's like one of the top lawyers in town,
incredible career. And we have Quentin Nelson, and we have Jason Perry. Obviously, we have. I mean, everyone's going to be there.
That's great. Yeah, no, I heard Quentin, he's like the top podiatrist within like the tri-state area. So
he's my podiatrist, actually. He does great work.
Wait. All right, well, Coach, hey, sorry, like I got to make it to my next class, and I don't want to take up your time. I'm just gonna head on out. Mr. Weber, keep it chill. And then he just kind of like
goodbye, Master Douglas. And Coach McGillicuddy is like, see, oh, Douglas, hey.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, with tries like that, you could join the football team. In case you ever want to switch sports.
And you know what? The reason why I keep working on it is to meet the measure of the standards that you've already set for this team. I'm almost there.
Just
Peace.
Think about it.
I won't.
Could you roll me? No, never mind. Okay, so again, in kind of like fuzzy logic, whatever. Tommy, JD, Chester, you all make your way to Arnett and Ronan, and you guys come across this scene. You see cookies lined up on all the elf houses, and after that, you see Ronan and Arnett presumably either hunched over caring for. I guess I should ask Allie and Jess, what is the scene that they come upon?
The first thing I would like, I feel, Arnett, you texted them first to like come to the woods, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
Okay, so after you did that, you suddenly get another text from Ronan, and it's all an acronym that makes literally no sense to anybody but Ronan. And it just has WWHIWSOS, which basically means werewolf. Wait, no, sorry, I messed up. Werewolf. Okay, WWDISOS, werewolf down in woods SOS.
Right, which you guys
What
have
is-
read so many times.
What is what the domestic?
Or
What did this
Sweet
is-
Chester.
I
He
think
never
that means
remembers the
they're
acronyms.
hungry? Should we bring snacks? I'm not sure.
And then you get another one that says FMH, which then once you get to the woods, you just hear a melodic howl from that direction of the woods.
And now canonically, Tommy and JD are holding armfuls of snacks, assuming just in case, maybe we should bring snacks.
Someone's hungry. I mean, why not bring some snacks, some Gatorades?
So you guys see these your two hunter comrades over top of, again, this individual that you definitely recognize, Kent, who's a lycanthrope and was one of the missing members of the dog pack, and he is covered in these strange kind of burns, and is barely conscious, is mostly unresponsive, and would require a little bit of work to not only stabilize, but certainly get to a point if you wanted to ask him any questions. He is not in a space to, unless one of you guys takes action.
Hold on. I think I know the way to fix this. I'm gonna reach into my backpack. I'm gonna pull out a small bottle of say Vicks with an X. For copyright reasons.
Oh, you know what? I think I might have something too to help out, and I pull out a can of Sprit, which is,
You
know.
He's got to get his blood sugar back up.
I love these remedies. I think we should check for wolfsbane first, and then go to
Well,
this.
actually, it's a special can of Sprit, and I would like to use my thing of lay on hands.
Ooh, absolutely.
For him, and so I crack it open, and I just kind of like pour it where his mouth is. Hopefully it's open, but it's just mostly like
it is a messier, grosser, stickier version of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, where it just does that little bit of like, at least on his face, any burn marks that are there, it kind of like melts them away just a little bit. And he just kind of like stirs a little and just blinks. Oh.
Hey, bud. How you doing?
Hey, Ronan. Good seeing ya.
I don't like how you're
everyone
looking at
else.
me. I'm gonna walk away.
Oh God. And like he like averts his eyes and is just looking down. Just like, oh my God, I feel
Probably like dog shit. Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
You probably shouldn't. That was funny.
Very funny. That's a good one.
You probably shouldn't move
Everyone
too
just
much,
stops.
man.
Is like, we have to acknowledge the joke.
That was great. You probably shouldn't move too much, man. You're badly burned, big dog.
I go up to Kim and go, "What's up, dog? What happened?"
Not much. T.
Yeah, you have to give us more information than that, my man. You're covered in
No,
third-degree burns.
I'm sorry. It's the 90s. I had to say it. And
Is it Wolfsbane?
He's like, where's everyone else? I don't.
Man,
Where
I
am
just howled and found you.
That was you?
Yeah, we had to give a goblin a cookie.
Wow.
Do you know what happens when you give a goblin a cookie? They ask for more shit.
You gave a goblin one of my cookies?
Yeah, we had to give it to Todd.
Guys.
Oh, it was Todd.
Todd.
I do love Todd, though. I do love
Fucking-
Todd, though. Todd's a homie.
Kent is like, oh yeah, Todd. He's awesome. Actually, no, he sucks a lot. But
No, he's actually the worst, but
I'm sorry. Wait, hey, can you help me up or something?
Yeah, guys, enough about Todd. I think, like, we kind of need to, find your friends.
Yeah, are they what's
Was
What's-
there, a Perry that did this to you?
Harry.
oh God, was it Brian?
Brian
Perry?
Was it Brian?
okay? Okay. All I remember.
She like gets down to his level and like grabs his face. You need to tell me what you know.
All I remember. Okay. It was like, we went out. Wait, what day is it?
I go
I don't
down
know.
and slap him in the face.
Focus.
Yes,
Okay.
man.
Okay. We went out. And we were
Okay.
like hanging out.
Yeah.
It was like a transformation night, right? And so
Mhm.
we cut class. We were hanging, and then, oh god,
I know it's like a bad
Something-
hangover, right? It's like a bad. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to
something
get it out of the way.
happened. Like
Mhm.
and then we like, oh god, and I woke up, but no one else did.
And let go of his face. He's mushing his
Okay.
words.
And then,
Okay.
and
She,
he
like-
still is mushing his words a little bit because of the concussion. And he's like, and I ran away. I got out, but then like, this like, and I was like transformed or whatever. And then I thought I got this, I don't know, is this weird little guy with like this, like the glasses or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
like,
always the weird little guys.
and I thought I got him, but did I? And he like looks
I'm-
around, is like,
I'm
you guys
sorry.
see
What
like
did you
a-
mean by got him? I'm sorry. I'm gonna need you to. What did you
Is
mean
there
by
like
I
a-
got him?
was there like a body nearby?
Wait, did you say a body?
No.
Okay. And I'm like, I'm kind of hungry, so I guess I didn't.
I'm sorry. Did you think you thought you ate Brian?
Well, it's just like a process of elimination kind of thing, you know. But I
No,
don't.
I would give you an actual medal if you ate that man. He's
Yeah.
awful. I hate him. He's gross.
Yeah, no. Was that we? Didn't you Tommy? Didn't you mention seeing Brian? That
Brian was with Victoria earlier, or Veronica, sorry. So
Wait,
don't
that
think that was
creep?
Brian. That creep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the guy. He's been creeping on Veronica for like a while.
Yeah. Well, he was creeping on me like 2 semesters ago, so that tracks.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
JD, maybe we should have followed them. I think you made the wrong call.
Bad leader.
Listen, you had me under a lot
Reflected
of.
on your leadership.
is not for you. I don't know. Interesting.
You had me under a lot of pressure. I don't know what you want
Arnett,
from me.
you're my number 2 again. Can you come back here? We need to figure this out.
You see me kind of straighten up, and I waddle over, put my hands across my chest, just stand there.
I'm gonna walk over to over to Kent and just bring my backpack in. It's just like, I need you to take a whiff of this. Put the Vicks up to his nose. I'm gonna hand him a couple candy bars as well. Take this and tell us more about what you know. Take a good whiff. Take a good whiff. Get it in there.
JD, I don't think he's a goblin. I don't think he works that way.
JD, could you please roll me? That sounds like you're taking the help out action.
Yes.
So could you please roll whatever that is?
Okay.
I just know it's an action.
What is it? Roll plus cool.
Great.
So, all
And
right.
don't forget you have many +1s and rerolls should you care to use it.
I am going to use a reroll. That was a
Got it.
2.
Hmm.
I'm going to use one more reroll.
And +1s again. You can stack +1s for all I care. Whatever. It's the last 30 minutes of stream.
That's a 10.
Ooh, okay. So this whatever this VIX is, either has herbal, medicinal, or supernatural properties, maybe all three, and it just hits him in the face, and it is like smelling salts, and he's I was, and you haven't seen any of the other guys, right? Is that what you said?
No, you were
No.
right.
Okay. I was the place I got away from. It was like old. It was like this. It was like dark. It was like there was the ceiling was like really. It was weird. It was like an angle, and it was like it would go like straight and then it would go up and it would go like straight and then it would go up. It was like I'm sorry, my head is my head is now going too fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep up with you on this one, Kate. So I'm just naming off things. Kent, that's your name. Cave, plateau, burrow.
No, it was like there was like
structure,
there was like bars. Like it was a built like a thing.
cage, jail.
Bleachers.
Come on.
Wait,
Oh, like a gazebo?
no, it was like it was like under like stair, like a stair,
Like bleachers.
like a yeah, but like it was like big concrete. Holy shit!
Staircase.
We were at the old stadium.
Mm.
Oh.
Yo. Okay.
Wait, were you all just like turned into your lichen forms and just taking laps in the old stadium? And you're like, is that what you were
Well,
doing? Really?
I mean, cardio's good in all our
yeah,
forms.
I'm just.
First of all,
You have an entire forest, my guy.
well, yeah, but like, there's like, you don't get it. It's a football thing. There's like meaning, you know,
That tracks.
brotherhood.
Where's the old
I'm just
stadium?
putting it out here that you asked Trent to ask me out, and this is where we're at right
I-
now. I need
I
to make this clear.
Was trying to respect your boundaries.
Listen,
That's not important right now.
Regardless of whatever weird werewolf football person thing you do, the stadium is where
I'm
you
allowed
go.
to judge him.
You are absolutely allowed to.
No,
And
you
like-
can judge.
I mean,
Trust
in
me,
the
I'm
grand
judging
scheme of
hard
things
in
of
the
what
back
we've
here.
seen, you guys, I think we should just understand that things are different.
And the
So
guy,
we're inclusive.
sorry, the guy. There's one more thing. The guy said something like, sorry, this is actually what day is it today?
Thursday.
The 29th.
Okay. Okay. He said something about like tonight now. So yeah, he said tomorrow. So tonight, he's doing something tonight at the old stadium.
Tonight's the full moon.
Tonight's the full moon. We
Yeah.
gotta go. We got a fucking a bunch of lichens together in a stadium.
And
Under the full moon.
Under the full
and
moon.
Okay.
it's the anniversary, the 30th anniversary of the homecoming game.
Oh, that's what Coach was saying. That was the reason for all of like the alums coming in.
I was just reading about that in the awards cabinet. Don't you?
Okay,
Isn't it so cool,
I have
Chester?
a question. Guys, I do have a question. When if it is Brian, which I'm sort of leaning toward that way, what is the I'm asking, are we killing? No?
Wait,
No.
So murder is
Kid-
never
Kid,
off the
do you
table.
remember-
I
Oh,
have
yeah.
to
Do you
ask
remember
because
taking
that one
the ball?
time we were like real sketchy on it. And
I'll put it
just
this
needed-
way. At metagame wise and in fiction, is that sometimes you guys do indeed just murder people, and it's fine because they're dangerous and whatever. But also, if
I'm asking for the boundaries of my party.
yeah, right, exactly. But and if you guys decide to talk through it or whatever, also good. If you do murders, we will just have a fun explanation as to how you explain away that this teen is no longer going to school.
I'll do murder.
But
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
figure
okay
it out.
with
Whatever
that.
is appropriate. So,
All right.
Murder it is.
Ken, real quick, when you guys came out here, did any of your guys take the ball from the case? The 30th
what?
anniversary ceremonial ball.
we would never. The awards cabinet is like it's
Sacred?
the awards cabinet, man.
You people are so weird.
You're telling me that a
It's
bunch
like a
of
cult.
dogs didn't take a ball? I don't know.
We bring our own, man. We're responsible.
Mm.
All right, guys.
like-
This is really awesome. This is so cool that we're having this conversation just in the middle of the woods when there are like hundreds of people coming to the old stadium that are gathering. Can we walk and talk?
Can
Yes.
you walk?
Yes.
Wow, the first time I agree with Arnett. Let's go.
Yeah.
Not the
Can
first
you get
time.
up, or are you just going to like?
The first
sit
time
there?
on record, okay?
They're
You
gonna
guys
have
should kiss
sexual
on it.
tension. I need you to answer this question.
So, so for the sake of time and just brevity, Kent is okay-ish. He'd really love to sleep it off. And you guys would be kind of able to wander around. The old stadium is not particularly close to the school. It was just kind of one of those weird, like you had to travel to it, and now there's a closer one, and it's new and great.
I would love, if I may,
Yes.
I would love to walk Kent over to the elf housing developments, and I would like to do a whisper to them, where I ask, "Dear elvish community, he's not our friend Kent, but he's under our protection right now. If you could just watch over him while he takes a nap, it would be really, really amazing. And I will bring back more cookies. I see you've already eaten them, actually. And there's at least 3 more times what we've already given you if you protect Kent."
You, to your trained ear, and probably only to your ear, hear a particular kind of whistle of the wind through leaves and just a particular bit of nature that you know that your request has been heard. Now, if the 5 of you look around either the stadium or the school, trying to find any sight of Brian or of anything really amiss, you wouldn't find anything. You don't see anything. You don't, whatever. But what I will say is that the old stadium is locked, but also since you know that it is tonight, something is happening tonight, presumably maybe at a 7 o'clock kickoff. And if you would like, you could certainly set up a trap or an ambush or something, or you could take this time to prepare accordingly, whatever that means for you, your playbook, and yourselves. What would you guys, either individually or as a group, like to do?
I'm open up for the ambush.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think
Could I use my hold for a question?
Ooh, absolutely.
When and where would the next critical event occur?
It would be at your best guess is indeed at tonight at 7 o'clock, which is when high school football always kicks off. And you, especially as kind of a conspiracy theorist and someone who kind of thinks critically about these sort of things, are leaning back and you're like, based off the clues you're getting, it's like, it's kind of like using memory and fuel and that kind of stuff to do, I don't know, some sort of a ritual, maybe a who knows what.
Okay.
may I use one of my moves, Net Friends, but instead of contacting friends on the net, I want to contact members of KISS to see if they are
Yes.
available. Lonnie, Donnie, Connie, and Johnny.
Arnett, you know they're available. They're
Incredible.
usually available.
So I text them, meet at Old Stadium, LOL, yes, I know. Sport ball sucks. ASAP.
LOL, etc.
Ronan,
Maybe
for
a
some
Lamau.
reason, Ronan is some reason in that group chat, and it's like, why am I in here? Ronan has left the chat.
Um, I'm trying to decide. That probably I'm fine with just having that happen. That seems like a reasonable thing. What are you asking them to do, Jess? Like, what are you? Are they lookout? Are they backup? Are they what?
I want them to keep their eyes peeled. I would say there's maybe 2 to 4 entrances to get into the stadium. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would like to have them positioned at each of the different entrances, so that when Perry, last name, I don't know first name,
Brian Perry.
when Brian Perry shows up, they immediately alert us to what section, he's entered at, so we can go and murder.
And Arnett, while you share many a conspiracy theory with Kiss, of course, and probably some of them verge onto your work as a monster hunter, generally you like to try and you like to keep your work and private life separate. So what lie are they absolutely believing that you are telling them that they're doing this evening?
They believe that he has been abducted by aliens and probed. That happens last night, and we need to collect a sample of him to see if his DNA has been altered. And anyway, because I will not stand idly by and let aliens come and not abduct us first.
And they're all like, hell yeah, absolutely. No, oh my God, that's so important. But you're collecting. You're the one collecting, right?
Yes, they'll
Okay.
Yes.
I love this plan. Great idea. Okay, is there any other preparations that other people would like to be doing? And again, it could just be, flavorfully centering themselves or sharpening stakes or whatever it is that you would do.
I'd probably let Chester know. I was like, hey, so I know I've been working on my blast a little bit, and it's been really chaotic as of late, but I think I have the right components perfectly aligned to be able to not make such a big boom. I think.
Oh no, that's sick. Because I remember the last time when we tried to combine that with my hammer, it got a little bit weird.
A little bit, yeah.
But I'm down for weird. That's fine. And
Ronan gets in between you guys and puts her arms around your shoulders and be like, just relax into it. If you think about it too much, you're going to destroy us all. Good luck.
No pressure.
I think with that, Chester kind of takes out his chain. It's just a super small chain that it does have a little symbol of a lightning bolt on there, and that one kind of glows a little bit gold. And then he just kind of does this, and he pulls out this huge Thor-esque hammer, and he just starts spinning it around, and he's just like, "This is gonna be fun."
While Ronan just sort of walks in front of JD and Chester, you do see just basically what looks like shadows basically just trickling off of her and while she's walking. Just it almost looks like smoke tendrils.
Okay.
I definitely would love to learn how she does that.
And I'm going to say that part of the reason you guys couldn't get in to the stadium ahead of time was because there was actually a guard there. I mean, it's just kind of a whatever rent-a-cop guard, but God, these kids just keep breaking in and keep vandalizing the old stadium, and we can't have that homecoming weekend. So Frank, the guard has been posted up there, and you guys like to respect Frank, and you don't need to get up in his business. But eventually, Frank takes off, and not too shortly after, you guys are kind of in whatever vantage points or positions that you would like to be, as are the members of KISS. And I would like everyone to roll me a d6.
Pew.
Okay, here we
Woo!
go. Oh, let's go. hope
I got a
that's
6.
good. I got a 6.
I got a 4.
Got a 5.
Ronan and Chester. I was muted. Now I'm unmuted. Ronan and Chester, you guys, your kind of sectors are close enough to each other that, and I'm giving some bonuses for the members of KISS who are there. See a figure approach, and you, of course, would soon recognize it as Brian Perry. He kind of slips, and again, it's nighttime, the sun is down, so it's pretty dark, but you guys see it kind of go, you see this figure go up to a door and draw out something from his pocket and go to like the heavy chain lock, and then it just is unlocked, and you guys have been pulling at it, messing with it, and slips into the stadium. What do the two of you do?
Ronan books it. Like goes straight into that.
Just for mechanics reason, right? We've been to that point before. We've messed with it. We couldn't do anything, so we've retreated. Yes.
Correct. You guys are just kind of in wait and like pounce mode, basically.
I use angel wings as one of my moves to instantly go to where that point is, since we've already been there. And whatever door, if it's a physical door that's open, I want to wedge my hammer into it before it like physically locks.
Ooh, awesome. Please roll me an act under pressure to see if you are able to successfully do it quickly.
Okay. Sorry. What's that? That's 2. Was that plus anything?
It's a great question.
I was not prepared.
Plus cool.
I think that's like
Cool, thank you.
cool. Okay, cool.
We all said cool in response to that information.
Yeah.
Cool. Plus cool? Great, cool.
Oh, okay. So that's
Tight.
That's an 8.
Okay, so you bamf there, and you appear right next to it, and you see it's swinging shut, and you can actually see, like, you see the chain that had previously held it, which was totally mundane, start to snake around a little bit, as if it is magically enchanted, and it starts to kind of like loop and start to relock itself, and you just barely slam your hammer in, but because of how rushed you had to do it, there's this ringing ping that echoes so that everyone else in the group can hear it, but presumably maybe some others could as well. So Chester has successfully stopped the door. How do the rest of you guys react to this loud noise? And even I'll say, Arnett, you get a beep from a member of KISS saying the doorway that something just happened.
Right. Lonnie is saying that doorway number 3 had something happen, so I'm gonna head that way if anyone wants to come.
Yeah, let's go.
So Ronan and Chester were like near one another, right? So
Yes.
is it safe to say that Ronan could just like still get into the door with Chester keeping it open?
Definitely.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she goes into it and then like is kind of propping it open so Chester can come in.
And Chester, you know that if you let this go, it'll close.
Yeah, no, I'm just going, just go. I'm gonna keep it open. Tries are popping today. I got this.
Okay. Do you want me to just like get into his mind and scramble it a little? Do you think that'll work?
Do your thing. I'm trying
All
to keep this open.
right.
Chester, I would like you to please roll it. Give me a tough roll to try and keep it muscled open for as long as possible, because Ronan is through, and now you are just like, you are having to like actually physically push. It's so like, it is, physics do not make sense that you have to fight this hard to keep it from being pushed out. So,
Cool. That is a 9.
okay, so it is a mixed success. So I will say, Tommy, you are one of the first ones who is there, because you rolled a 5 on your d6.
Okay.
And you see Chester, you see Ronan. They're like, come on in. You know, like clearly they are holding it open. Everyone is going through. You're able to zip through, should you want to. But then the door snaps shut.
Okay.
And you and Tommy and Ronan are inside, where Chester, Arnett, and JD are now like all around this door. It's not insurmountable, but now that is something that the three of you are going to have to face. Were you say something?
If I could before like we get into it. So one of the features with or one of the things with Angel Wings, it's you can go instantly to anywhere you visited before or to a person you know well. So I want to use that to just go to Ronan because I can see her. I know her where.
Would you say Chester knows you well?
I'd say after all these years, even if I sent a weird acronym in a text message, he could figure it out.
Okay. So Chester, are you going? Can you bring anyone with you?
Yes, I can. I can carry 2 people with me, and I would just have to roll for weird.
Okay, give me a weird roll, please, Chester. And what do you say? Give me a catchphrase as you're going to try and again bamf on the other side here.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Who's by me? So Tommy's in there, so I assume JD and Arnett. They've come
both
kind of
come up to you.
Okay, I'm gonna look at her and say, as it grab onto my shoulders. I've been working on them lately. And
everyone
then
knows, everyone knows magic is stored in the delts.
Face.
Yes.
Yeah, I can feel Arnett's like giving me a face, and I go, "Don't make it weird."
When he says that, I start, giving a little bit of a massage.
Loosen him up.
Don't start nothing you can't finish. And I rolled a 7.
Okay, so which is not necessarily the most like mystically holy thing you could have said as kind of your word of power. So
yeah,
the god of thunder or whoever still smiles down upon you and grants you this great prayer and blessing. But the three of you don't feel great on the other side of this.
No,
we will say that you have I don't remember if this is the exact word, but a -1 to the first roll of what is about to happen. And it's not quite, I'll explain. I'm going to do a little fuzzy things. So inside of the stadium, you see, again, this is kind of like the, underneath the bleachers, and so it's like these concrete steps up above you. There's like an old shitty closed up what's not like place where you would get hot dogs and drinks and peanuts. Concession stand. I kept wanting to say vending machine, and it's like that's not really the.
That's not it.
Kind of right, but not. And
I have gotten a hot dog from a vending machine though.
Well, bummer. But in front of you, you see clearly some sort of arcane ritual has been inscribed. You see the other, I believe, 4 missing members of the dog pack, including star quarterback Trent MacArthur. That's the name. Who's all looking groggy, and like all of them are kind of like half transformed because Chester wasn't quite able to hold the door open silently. You can see there's already wisps of this like blue flame start to like crawl up. Let me restate that. There's this big arcane circle in the middle of this kind of like open area, and you see Brian Perry standing in the middle of it, and he is leafing through this book, and he is already starting to chant, and you see from out of this circle 4 lines of flame, as if they're kind of like lit by gasoline, go straight towards the 4 members, the 4 werewolves, and they are each kind of like strapped up to a pillar that's supporting one of the supporting the bleachers, and as it reaches them, they are lit aflame, but they don't seem like they're suffering. Instead, they start to transform, and in a moment you can tell that they are now full, just hulking werewolves that are straining against some sort of arcane bond and are snarling and clearly in pain and confused and fully in their animal state. And Brian turns around dramatically at the five of you and says, "Once this ritual is complete, I will use the magic in those jock werewolves to become the greatest athlete Arcady High has ever seen. Just like my dad always wanted me to be."
I think I pick up a hot dog from the concession stand and I throw it at him.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We are a little short on time.
True to brand.
We're a little short on time, and part of it, and this is my own partially inexperience of running Monster of the Week and ours playing it and just us having too much of a good time, is that part of what you need in Monster of the Week is you have to identify the weakness of the monster before you're able to do any damage or to stop its ritual or whatever. So here's what I would like to do is I am going to ask you guys to roll a skill. Or use an ability, of course, whatever is appropriate for your packet, or just come up with a good idea to identify a weakness, a potential weakness, or something that your character, as you spring into action, to ensure that these beautiful, dumb werewolf jocks are not stripped of at least their magic, if not their lives. To say, here's how I'd like to stop this ritual, or here's how I would like to exploit something that I know about Brian Perry to use mind games, or I'd like to use this ability or whatever. So there is no initiative. So as ideas come up, just let me know and give me a dice roll.
I'm fucking ready.
Okay, Arnett, we'll start with you.
Okay, my dice roll is a 7. But I want to use my move Sneaky. When you attack from ambush or from behind, inflicts 2 harm. I would say that throwing a hot dog at his face while he is doing his evil monologue
Did you even
would
find
be
this hot dog?
at the concession stand.
I mean, like it's
concession.
closed. That's what I mean. It's like everyone's like, there's still a fucking hot
It's a
dog in there.
gross moldy hot dog.
Hey, yeah.
It's like a nasty patty from SpongeBob, but it's the hot
Okay,
dog.
so give me. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead. Please.
So I wind it up, he's about to say, and I'm going to have all the power because I'm a little loser. I say, you fucking nerd, shut up.
Before I become the starting quarterback next week for homecoming,
Hot dog.
I'm gonna kill them and I'm gonna kill you.
Yep, hot dog right to the face.
Give me a let's see, what, kick some ass, I guess, or whatever the appropriate skill roll is.
All right. Oh, shoot.
Kick some ass is a little bit dramatic sounding for chucking a hot dog at a monologuing nerd, but what are you gonna do?
Okay, I have rolled a 9 total.
Okay, so that is a success with a complication. So that's true, and you have a -1 for that
Okay,
because
shoot.
you're still a little nauseous, but it doesn't change anything because it's still a range. So this hot dog splatters. It's moldy. It's horrific, and
Does some of it
Brian's-
maybe get into his mouth because it does inflict 2 harm?
ooh. So it inflicts a little bit less harm than you'd think,
Okay.
because this arcane ward, like, you see, it seems like this blue flame like gets just kind of consumes it, but it still hits him and still knocks him. So it does a little less harm than you'd hope, but still some. And it does definitely get in his mouth. And he looks at you and is just like, and just spits it out, realizing it was in his mouth. And he rounds on you, and he says, "You'll pay Arnie our buckle."
I literally just look at him and I don't say a word as he struggles for my name.
Blue
But
flame.
I like, after a couple, seconds, I like egg him on, like, okay, right? Okay, come on, man. Like, let's get to it. And I'm hoping like this is a little bit of a distraction to, you know, have someone else attack
most
him.
certainly is. You take 1 harm.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ronan would like to use her telepathy ability. I've rolled for it already. I got an 11.
Sick.
What's going on in this poor insecure boy's mind?
Okay, so that is the perfect word is insecure, where he is actually drawing on his insecurity like to fuel this ritual. And so like you would know that if you said or did something to either you could feed into the insecurity and kind of try to distract him, but you're not sure how it would work. But because you rolled an 11, you could also, if you said something nice to him, you could be like, you would throw him off and like almost like detract the well of power, even if you don't mean it. Everyone's thirsty for compliments. We all know this.
So I can tell though that he is basically just thirsty for compliments.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And affirmation and validation. I mean, fucking pot and kettle meet one another, etc.
All right,
But still.
cool. So Ronan like steps up. I would like to think that she's still connected to his brain, and with my telepathy ability, I can manipulate them basically without talking. So with whatever I say, I can in his head go, yes, this is good. Actually, this is fine. Everything's fine. I don't need to do this. So out loud, I think Ronan's just like, hey, Brian, you're actually really smart and cool sometimes. And I don't know, do you want to go to the homecoming dance?
Everyone, nobody liked that Fallout meme. No, everybody hated that. And he's like, I mean, I gotta ask Veronica first, but if she says no, I mean, because I haven't played football, I mean, like, back up. Wait, hold on.
Huh.
Who else wants to go? But you clearly, like, you see the like flames flicker just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd like to go next. If that's
Absolutely.
okay. So I want to turn my head to Ronan, and because I kind of think that they already got into their head. Ronan, is any about this unnatural? Does he seem unnatural? Give me something.
He's fishing for compliments, my guy. I'm gonna throw up.
Which is natural, I think, right? Right, guys?
It's
I'm
natural.
fine. I don't need to talk to my
He's
therapist
real
about this at all,
insecure.
right?
He's real insecure and just wants somebody to tell him some good stuff. I'm gonna throw up from asking him to homecoming, although I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Wait a sec. Wait, hold on. I can still hear you.
No, you can't. Shut up.
In an effort to that, I want to use one of my moves, Cast Out Evil, which is to banish an unnatural creature from your presence.
Oh, okay. So here's what I'll. Okay, keep going. But this is awesome.
No. I mean, because what you say might be like a caveat to what I have. So please.
Okay. So I'm imagining it's kind of like paladin-y, maybe, where you can like kind of sense. You get a little bit of a sense of like obviously there's evil afoot, but like,
yeah,
you know, kind of like pinging where it is, and you kind of reach out, and you realize, I'll just let you do it. Who cares? It's the end of the session. He is not like an evil supernatural creature, or whatever. But the book that he's holding, you see, there's like a face on it.
Okay. So with that, I'm gonna focus on the book, and I was gonna do something, but I don't think I have to. So I rolled a 10. So it says on that, and it's plus my tough, which is 2. Now I do have a -1, but I want to use my +1 to negate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if that's not enough, I do have an opportunity to spend 1 luck point to change my roll to 12, which would change my roll to 14 to just immediately banish this book out of here.
Fuck. Cool. Done. Okay, so what does it look like when you are like reaching out with like your holy power, with your whatever, to connect and like essentially spiritually combat this strange evil book?
I turn to JD and we start doing the best friend dance. that I put the GIF in the chat.
Yeah.
And with that, I turn back to the book with the hand that I have the rosary on, and it just does this like canonic light up just around. And then I take my hand and I just close it like that in the book.
Yeah, just folds up into itself like a collapses or whatever, and then it's just shroom, gone. And then there's this big mote of like blue flame that accompanies it. And Brian's like, that's fine. I remember the ritual. That's totally fine. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, you sound nervous. By the way, their name is Arnett.
I was close. Tommy, JD,
No, you weren't.
we have two more. What else would you guys like to? What would you two like to do? The ritual is still going on. Obviously, the book is gone. He's taken a little aback, but there's some openings that still need to happen.
You want to go, JD?
Yeah, I'll go for this one. I think after hearing Ronan asking him to the dance and be like, okay, well, that just all that. I'm like, okay, well, let me just like she said, just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And then I am going to pull out a couple of my components and just blow it out there. It will be for my blast as like a thing of fire just goes shooting towards him. Let's see.
What color is your fire?
It is going to be a green fire. I'm going to use my last re-roll because why not? That's going to make it's going to make me a 10.
Ooh, yeah, hell yes. That is a success.
Yep. And for that, because it is a fire blast, like I said, it's directed at him. What is it? It's going to be 4 harm total for him. And the fire won't spread.
So the again, this arcane ward just like shoots up and like absorbs a bunch of your fire, and this just has this cool conflagration of blue and green fire. But you can see that not only did you harm him, but this arcane ward was kind of like ripped apart a little bit too, where now he is unprotected. He's still working, and you can tell now these werewolves are like kind of struggling with energy and are now kind of reverting back to their human form in a painful, strange way. But everyone else has acted. He is thrown off. He doesn't have his book. He is still tasting this horrible hot dog in his mouth. And Tommy, you see an opening. What would you like to do?
I go in for a slap.
Yeah!
I'm gonna end this with a slap, back of my hand.
To make it even better, just like right as like the arcane just like breathes into it, it breaks open, coming in for your slap too.
Exactly. There's a
And
gateway
like
that
after
opens.
JD did that, I'm over there like, my boy. So I guess I roll for what do I roll for here? Kick ass? Kiss some ass?
Probably kick some ass. Yes.
Yeah.
Seems good.
All right, it's a 9.
Awesome. Okay, so
Powerful slap, man.
okay, so you go in and you just slap the shit out of this kid, and he's like and the rich, he is knocked out of his like circle, and what happens, and kind of all this magical energy just like explodes outward. So all of you guys take another point of harm, just kind of in this huge arcane explosion. And as your eyes kind of like readjust to the light, you kind of like look around, blink, and you see down at Tommy's feet the suddenly unconscious form of Brian Perry, who has been slapped unto oblivion. And you see the 4 limp but lycanthropic forms of the dog pack. They're safe, albeit weak. And you have once again stopped the threat towards Arcady Peaks and the Arcady High Blue Devils. Go Devils.
Go Spinsters! Woo!
Go Spinsters. Credits roll. Great success. If we were playing again, we would calculate XP and stuff now. The theme song that everyone loves, everyone's, is the bop of the summer, plays. And then, at the end of the credits, you cut to a high-backed chair. Very stately, but very, it's well decorated, but blocky, kind of Art Deco-y. And you see the book that you banished sitting on an armrest with its grotesque face kind of looking at the camera. And then you see a hand reach over and kind of just, place his hand on the book and kind of just tap it a little bit. And this hand is a strange, scaly, blue clawed hand. And that's the end of this week's episode. Congratulations, everyone. You have done it again.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That was awesome.
That was incredible. That was so fun.
Holy shit.
That
All
was a
right.
blast.
Chat, thank you so much for coming on this journey with us. We appreciate y'all being here for our Monster of the Week charity stream for Stream for a Cause. This week by Friday, I will be rolling to see who is the winner of the $25 gift card from Elderwood Boxes. My cat really wants to be picked up right now, but now that I'm going to pick her up, she doesn't want to be picked up. C'est la vie.
On brand.
Very on brand. We are going to go ahead and go in a little circle or whatever and tell the folks who you are and where they can find you on the internet. Nathan, do you want to go ahead and start?
Why, sure. I have been your keeper, Nathan. I am individually found at Lur's Blurbs. It's there, but I don't post on there nearly as much as I post on my podcast account, which is reckless_attack on, I think, most of the socials or some version of it on the Instagrams and the Twitters and the whatever. We are a weekly 5e podcast. If you liked the vibes of this, it's not usually quite as horny or chaotic, but it's, it's close. It is a story of mystery, of horror, of frogs, mostly frogs, a lot of frogs, and then friendship. So check us out, recklessattack.com. New episodes every Tuesday. We also do a TTRPG interview show twice a month. We are announcing our next one on Thursday, and those are always a good time. So give us a follow. We stream here sometimes on Fridays too, but you'll figure it out. It's enough for me.
Popcorn to Allie.
Okay. Hi, I'm Allie. I am the game goddess over at Dice Drop Evolution. It's a Mutants and Masterminds actual play podcast. Unlike Reckless Attack, it is as chaotic and horny as this was tonight. So if you like that energy, you can follow us on Twitter for updates at dice_drop, or you can follow my personal, which I am a chaos gremlin over on there too, at Game Goddess Alex. It's spelled ALX because I'm edgy. And I do a bunch of freelance graphic design for a lot of indie game people. So if you're looking for new branding, new Twitch assets, new whatever you need, you put in a commission form. I am accepting them right now. Go, Ian.
Okay.
Your
What's
turn.
going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? I'm Ian. You can find me on all of my social medias at your boy Big, which is YABOIBIG. Resident TTRPG player, enthusiast, and voice actor, struggling, but not really. I'm actually doing pretty well. DM me. You can find me various places. Honestly, if you want to know where I'm at, follow me on Twitter. But on Tuesdays, I'll be on the Black Feather Guild channel playing their Champions of the Fae campaign as Marosha, the Half-Elf Barbarian. And then on Sundays, starting this coming Sunday, I'll be over on the Magic RPG channel for their Icewind Dale Season 2 campaign playing the Tiefling Bard Kamara. And yeah, like I said, just follow me on Twitter and you'll see what we got going on, or what I got going on. So popcorn to Dro.
Hi, you can catch me at Hydro on Twitch or Hydro Official on Twitter and anywhere else. I just stream 4 days a week on Twitch, play some horror games. Want to play some horror games? Come with me. I don't do a lot of TTRPG stuff, but I might start doing more now because it's a lot of fun. And Nathan, I just want to say that you're an incredible dungeon master, keeper, whatever. and I had a lot of fun today.
Beautiful
Thank you.
Leo.
I am fueled by the power of my players.
JD or Justin. I'm calling you like your character name. So Justin.
One or the other. It all works. Hey, everybody. I am DM Justin. I am glad that I got to play JD along with this amazing cast and crew. You can find me at all of my socials at Forever DM Justin. You can also find me Wednesdays on the Take Your Roll channel, where I play Oscar Villalobos on a VTM Chronicle Blood Tax. We play every Wednesday, so catch us then around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, Jess, toss it back over to you.
All right. So again, I just want to say thank you all so much for helping us raise $270 for Stream for a Cause. That is absolutely fantastic. I am Jess. You can find me on most places on the internet at Just the Human. If you thought that this was a horny episode, next month's charity stream is going to be Thirsty Sword Lesbians, and it's an Oops All Crushes game. So that's going to be
It's
fun.
happening. Fuck yes.
Yeah, it's happening. Ooh,
I mean, I'm not on it, but that's fine.
I have too many. But if you like goofiness, I am releasing my first TTRPG called Hot Dog Princess in honor of my cat, Princess Hot Dog, on my itch page. That's going to be on Wednesday, and the internet really enjoyed my Uncaging Nicholas TTRPG that I'm going to now be creating, so expect that in February. We are going to be raiding into Live from the Apocalypse. They are playing Bellbreakers right now, and Nathan has actually joined their cast lineup
I am.
with Vampire Records on Wednesdays.
I will be there on Wednesday, in fact.
Hell yeah. So, again, thanks y'all for being here. I'm going to go ahead and start that raid. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday evening, and I don't know, see y'all later.